Welcome to day 2 of the February Virtual India Sourcing Show. Today we've got 3 people coming up on the show. We've got Sameeksha, who's going to be giving an update on the shipping situation in India. We've got one of our favorite VISS suppliers, Creations of India, coming in to talk about his latest products. And we've also got Rajat Gupta from Panoramic Sourcing coming up to talk about cotton bedding production and exports from India. So Kevin and Mark, quite a lineup we have today, huh?
We have, yeah. And look, so many people have been asking about bedding, and I think so many people are keen to find out a little bit more. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
And of course, everybody wants to know about shipping, what's happening in the shipping arena. So Sameeksha's coming to give us an update what's happening on the ground. And there's no one better than Sameeksha to let us know exactly what's happening up to the minute. So, yeah, awesome.
Absolutely. I also want to remind everyone that this month's Virtual India Sourcing Show is presented by Amazon Sellers Lawyer. CJ Rosenbaum from Amazon Sellers Lawyer was here yesterday on the show. If you have missed that episode, go back into the Facebook group or on our India Sourcing Trip Facebook page and watch that episode. He gave a lot of great information about how to build a brand, how to protect your brand. And, I have to say Amazon Sellers Lawyer is really the number one company out there, the number one legal firm out there that can help you with your Amazon suspensions. If your account gets suspended or a listing gets suspended, or if there are any IP claims on any of your products, CJ and his team is really, really good. And they've got a team in the US, they've got a team in China, and they're really doing a good job. So if you have any questions about suspensions or IP claims, reach out to CJ at this email address, cj@amazonsellerslawyer.com, or just go look on their website. They've got a phone number, a 24-hour hotline that you can call in case there are any issues. And they really understand Amazon very, very well. They're very good with creating and writing plans of actions. So Amazon always asks for POA whenever there's an issue, and their team is really good at writing that. So definitely check out amazonsellerslawyer.com. Okay, so Shay has joined us from Hawaii. Aloha.
Hawaii again.
Aloha.
Shay, thank you so much for joining us again.
Good
Great.
to have you.
Okay, so let's get started. Let's get Sameeksha on the show. Hi, Sameeksha. How are you?
Hi, Megla. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Kevin. Good to see you all.
Yes, good to see you. Pity it wasn't in person, hey?
Yeah. Good to see you,
Sameeksha. Yes, right. Same here, Kevin. Always wonderful to be here and chat with you guys.
Always good to have you on the show, yeah.
Thank you.
And we've been having so many questions, Sameeksha, about shipping in the group. And, there's just so much going on in the whole shipping industry, and whether it's air shipping or now even ocean shipping. So, yeah, thanks a lot for coming on the show and giving us an update. Hi, everyone. Missed you guys. Oh, tk you.
We don't know who it is.
We don't know who you are.
We missed them anyway, or her.
Yeah. Can I request you to just go to this URL, streamyard.com/Facebook, and give Facebook access to your profile so that we can see your name when you post a comment. So thanks a lot for joining us. Okay, so let's get started. Margaret, do you want to get started with the questions?
Certainly, I do. Yeah, look, Sameeksha, are there any delays at the Indian port at the moment at Nava Sheva, or are we pretty good?
I'll just break it up into 2 parts, Margaret. There is, so as far as LCL shipments are concerned, from Nava Sheva to New York, we are okay because it's a direct vessel. So there are no delays as such at the Nava Sheva port. Everything is going seamlessly. The operations are okay. The problem is happening on the transshipment ports. So whether it's Colombo, Hong Kong, or Kaohsiung in Vietnam, these are the ports that are majorly congested, but they become the transshipment hub for shipments going out of Calcutta, anywhere in the south of India, or even from Mumbai, shipments going to Los Angeles go via these ports. So that is where the delays are happening for about anywhere from a week to about, even 2 weeks at times, because the vessels are not getting the berthing space, the feeder vessels are waiting. So this is trickling back to the Indian ports at times. So what's happening from south of India, if Colombo is very congested, then feeder vessels that take goods from, say, Tuticorin to Colombo are not sailing the way they should on their regular schedule. So that's what's causing the delays. Still out of India, Mumbai, New York seems to be the quickest and the most unaffected route. It's still 22 days. There are no delays. So that's still the fastest out of India right now.
Oh, that's good. What about when you get over to New York? Are they still having problems at the port in New York? Because there was a bit of a delay before Christmas, wasn't there, where ships were waiting to unload? Is that still the case, or has that cleared itself up?
So I also feel about US, New York still is the best port to operate out of. They're still the quickest to turn around the cargo compared to what's happening in, say, LA or Chicago at the moment. So it's some of it is periodic. Like right now, they are facing a major snowstorm. So things are a little backed up because of that. The CFS was closed because of the snowstorm for 2 days. That kind of stuff will always happen around the year, right?
Yeah.
Something or the other, whether it's weather related or, stuff like that. But in terms of congestion, no, New York is fine. If the weather is okay, they are still turning around so typically once LCL cargo comes in, there is about a 6 to 7 day time, right, before the vessel gets berthing at the terminal, and they unload the container and they segregate the cargo and hand it over to us for pickup. So it's still turning around in those 7 days. So New York is okay. I think the problem port in US is Los Angeles. It is very, very congested. It's trickled down to all ancillary services. There are problems with truckers now because of the volume of cargo coming in. The 3PLs are overloaded. Chassis is not available if you're doing FCL. So Los Angeles is an issue still, and it's been like that now for about 3 months. So anybody who's planning a shipment to LA earlier, when you'd consider like a 35 to 38 days door-to-door, has to now plan for at least a 50 days door-to-door. That's the kind of time it's taking in Los Angeles.
Okay, people, I think it's time. We keep saying use New York, so I don't think I'd be going into LA unless I really, really had to, because, I mean, you can lose, that's a lot of time extra to lose. I mean, that's...
Sometimes they don't have a choice, right, Margaret, when they get like Rialto assigned or an on-tage, you really don't have a choice, right? Because your FB assigned to you is on the West Coast. Then you have to get into Los Angeles. Yeah,
which is a shame. Yeah,
but then for that, just about the warehouse assignment. So Margaret, you have this suggestion, right, that when they are creating the shipping plan, then they should choose a
look, it does work, but sometimes if you're in, there's a few products that just for some reason they love to have over on like the West Coast, not the East Coast. I know a couple of people, no matter what they try, they always end up, it mightn't be the LA, but it'll be over that side. So I think it just is the luck of what you're selling. So if you're one of those people, you probably don't really have a choice, because to go across land, it's just not economical either. But I haven't heard many, but I've heard just a few people who have that. Do you get a lot that have that problem, Sameeksha, or not?
Some of them, but also another point I would like to add here is what happens sometimes when you create a plan saying you're shipping from, either DSP or you're shipping from a port in New York to create your shipping plan. Not always you will get New Jersey as the FBA. You may end up getting something on the East Coast, but it will still not be the direct port of call. So you may get a Chicago or a Boston, which is still closer to New York. Now, what happens with this is these become inland destinations. So with LA, it is still, your vessel is calling to a port, your goods are getting unloaded, and you're then straight going to the FBA. But with an inland destination, you rely on a train service then from New York to, say, Chicago, or New York to Minneapolis. And those are also backed up right now. So I feel that if it's not New York or Chicago, then your next bet is LA. It is still going to be better than going to, a Dallas or a Minneapolis. So that's the thing, when you use that as a ship from address, you can get something on the East Coast, but it may not be a direct port of call. So that's another thing that's happening with people.
Well, at the moment, I think most people are still on sort of drip feeding into Amazon. I haven't heard too many people who can put in, 2,000 or 3,000 of anything. So if you're doing a bigger shipment, you've got to go to a 3PL anyway. You're really not getting a choice, which is pretty expensive for everyone, but it just doesn't seem to be, looks like, well, I've got mine up until June and it's not going to, I've got extra, but I haven't got unlimited. So, it does make it hard when you're doing a shipment of mixed products and things. So, so I think people have just got to get used to that. But, it's another fact. What about if you're going out of, say, Vietnam or some of the other smaller ports? How are they? Are they all okay, or are they a bit more difficult?
No, so Margaret, this is a worldwide problem right now, the congestion. China is real. So again, China, there's about like a 4-5 days delay in shipping from the origin port. Again, if you're going direct into Los Angeles, Shanghai, Los Angeles is the fastest route. Again, there's no transshipment port. So then those containers are okay. They reach in 15 days. But Vietnam is very congested, and that is why everything going via Vietnam is getting delayed also. So whenever there are these Southeast Asian or European ports that are getting involved, anything going via Valencia or Barcelona, anything going via Vietnam, Singapore, Hong Kong, these are the places that are congested, which is leading to, and they are in the center, right? So anything coming from Far East is crossing these ports, and that's why shipments to US and a few of them to Europe are getting delayed because of these congestions at the transshipment ports. And that's one part of it. The other part of it is there is a huge equipment shortage worldwide. Containers are not available. So the flow of exports is way more than the inventory available. So that is delaying things in India and in China. And it's also leading to the cost being what they are, almost 4 times more than what they're supposed to be, the ocean freight, both out of both countries and whether it's to Australia, whether it's to UK, whether it's to US, it's the same scenario. Containers are not available. So just to give you a little bit of background, what the steamship lines have done is, so as per the WHO guideline about sulfur emissions, they were forced to reduce the size of the vessels. So the vessels have become smaller, and that's why their container carrying capacity is lesser than what it used to be. So every week, the number of containers that go out is lesser, and imports have reduced in both these countries, in China as well as India. So that's why the number of containers coming back in is lesser than what's going out. So all of this is leading to the delays, not just the port congestion. You don't have the container. And that's especially a problem if you're sending a full container load from Delhi. ICD, TKD, and ICD Moradabad, those are the dry ports in Delhi. Containers are not available there at all. There's at least like a 10-day waiting time to get an equipment. So Nhava Sheva is still better. So anybody who's negotiating freight terms out of Delhi should always do FOB Mumbai, because a lot of times they end up doing FOB Delhi. And then within India only, the Delhi-Mumbai transit is delaying things by about 8 to 10 days. So that can totally be avoided if you can send goods straight to Bombay. So that's something you should definitely keep in mind.
Okay, thanks. Okay, over to you, Kev.
Yeah, and Sameeksha, what about current prices and forecast for what's coming up?
It's really expensive right now, Kevin. We every month we are seeing an increase from anywhere to $800 to $1,000 per container. And again, we have a notice for March that all shipping lines are increasing their charges. So once this happens, once FCL rate goes up, automatically the LCL freight per CBM has to be increased. So I don't know honestly about the forecast, because this is not like a seasonal trend that we have seen in any of the previous years. It's not like, oh, it's a peak and it's going to settle in a month or two. But what we hear from shipping lines when we speak to them, they feel, looking at the projection of the volume and the kind of capacities they have to carry cargo, they don't see this normalizing, not for at least 5 to 6 months. So I don't think for anybody who's ready to ship, waiting is a solution. It's only going to get more expensive. So if you're ready, I just say incorporate it in your business cost and see if it works for you, or otherwise then put it on a hold for like at least 6 to 8 months.
Yeah. What about air freight? What's the situation with the availability and pricing with that?
So air freight post COVID is better. It had gone down considerably in January to about, so earlier we used to talk, I mean, it's still of course not back to the usual levels of $2 a kg. That's not the price yet, but it had still gone down to like a little bit under $5 a kg. It is up a little bit, but that we see every year this time of the year because a lot of perishables start moving. So mangoes are a big commodity that move out of India during these 2 months, and that both to Europe and US takes a lot of capacity as far as air freight is concerned. So that kind of leads to prices going up. And now with the vaccine movement, right? So all the pharma products are high in terms of priority when the airlines have to choose what they need to accept. So they need to give priority to perishables. They need to give priority to pharma, vaccines. So then the quota left for your regular goods, your garments, your household articles, all of this takes a little bit of backseat. So that leads to 2-3 days of congestion in your cargo getting accepted, and the prices are again around the $5.50 to say a Delhi, New York. So it's better, but yeah, still far from the pre-COVID levels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Sameeksha.
So, Sameeksha, in terms of container prices, whether it's LCL or FCL, can you give some like reference prices? How high are the prices now compared to last year? Are they like double, triple? Because in China, I mean, we're hearing the prices are almost, a triple now. But what about in India? How high are they now?
So to give you just an example, Megla, like a 20 FCL, Mumbai, New York, last year, if you would have asked this time, it would have been close to around $1,800 to $2,000 for a box. And now it is anywhere between $3,000 to $3,200, and we are expecting another increase in March. So it's almost 1.5 times more expensive. And what I hear about Shanghai costing is close to, for a 40 high cube, is almost close to $5,000. So that's almost 2.5 times more than what shipping out of China used to cost. So it is expensive. Yeah. So somebody who would have placed their order 6 months back, taking those shipping costs into, their projection, for them, if the volume is high, if you're still shipping 1 CBM or 2 CBM, it's not going to affect you that much because the per CBM rate doesn't the quantum doesn't increase into those many dollars. But for FCLs, it is quite a huge difference in costing.
Right. What about shipping from China? So, especially imports into India, are there any restrictions or any issues that you're seeing with products being imported from China into India, especially components, materials?
Not not like in a very generic way. It's not like there's a restriction on trading with China. But generally, as a policy of the Indian government, because of what's happened in the last 2 years between the two countries, they have been wanting to convert a lot of production into local production, So they're just trying to give boost to those industries more. Say, for example, your electronic spare parts for television and stuff like that, they want to just make that now here in India. So then the import duties just become a little bit more expensive for somebody who was earlier importing it from China. So those kind of things, where you see that industries which the government wants to push locally for production, it just becomes more expensive now to get that in from China. The duties have increased, the tariffs, the GST rates. So that way, your costing can get impacted. But to say that no, they're not allowing anything to come in from China, that's not happening. You can get your goods in, but and the procedure is what it used to be. It takes whatever days it takes to clear imports, and then you can have your cargo. But yeah.
Right. I think a couple of people in the group were asking about sending samples from China to India and also sending small. I think someone was asking about maybe sending components of a product into India for assembly with their other products that are being manufactured in India. So what advice do you have for people who want to, first of all, send samples? I mean, should they use FedEx, UPS, India Post? I mean, what are the options there? And then also, when they're shipping smaller quantities from China to India to their factories, what's the best way to do that? Is that, air freight? And do they also have to pay duties? Because these products are actually for re-export. So how do they ensure that they don't end up paying duties for the components being imported?
Okay, so the first part of your question, Megla, about whether samples should be, how should they send samples? So yes, for samples, a door-to-door courier works the best, because if you get into commercial shipping, that's why when a lot of people come to me for a 20 kg, 30 kg shipment, I say no, because I know this is going to be more expensive for them, because you will end up paying import clearance to an agent in India, you'll pay export clearance to an agent in China, and then there'll be freight, and there'll be a pickup from a dedicated trucker. So all that adds up to being very expensive for a 30 kgs shipment. What I did hear from one of the experiences of a member in the group is with FedEx, they had booked a sample, and when it reached India, FedEx said that clearing imports was not their responsibility. They needed to hire a local broker to clear it. So that's something I heard for the first time. So I don't know whether the service chosen by the person was wrong. They probably just chose like a door to port kind of a service and not a door to door. So only suggestion would be, when you book via FedEx or DHL, talk to a rep and make sure that the scope of work is understood, that you're talking about the door to door shipping where they will take care of your clearance in the importing country, and they'll take care of the duties if applicable for you, and just send you one final invoice, and you don't have to involve another person to clear goods for you, because then the whole purpose is defeated of saving costs if that happens. So yeah, those couriers are still, I would still say FedEx, DHL. I honestly don't know and have any experience with India Post, so I cannot comment on how the service is and whether or not it's reliable. But definitely FedEx and DHL is, are reputed brands when you have like low volume, low weight shipments. So yeah, for samples, those work better. And about your other question, when they import something from China for re-export, so there's a whole procedure, and this is something that what they need to do is have the same person doing the import clearance for them, and also then the export clearance. So what happens is, this is a whole, it's a complicated procedure. So only do it if you have a significant volume of goods to do that with. Don't do it like for a 40-50 kg shipment, because the kind of paperwork that's involved, it's not really worth it in terms of the, also there'll be money spent to do this procedure. So make sure the volume is significant. So when you're importing something for re-export, you open a bond basically with customs saying that right now we are not paying the duties, but we are giving this to you as a guarantee. But when we re-export this, we will close this bond, and then the customs does their examination. They'll make sure that it is the exact same commodity that you're re-exporting. You have not reprocessed it in India. You've not got something from China, painted it into something else, and now sending it as a whole new product. So they do those kind of checks. And if it's just, bundling and just sending it back, then the bond needs to close when you're re-exporting, and that's when you get the exemption from duties. Till then, that bond is like a surety with the Indian customs, saying that if at all you don't export it in the time frame that has been given to you to export it, then they use that bond to bill you the duties and the interest on delay of paying those duties, because you should have ideally paid it when the goods came in. So that's the procedure. So that's why it's always better to use the same person to do the whole cycle for you, because what happens otherwise is you use somebody for import, and then you go back to someone and say, oh, I want to export this, but this was re-imported, so can I do something, get a refund back on the duties and stuff. Then it becomes complicated, because this person doesn't know whether the bond was applied, not applied. So just let the whole final intention be clear to your importing agent, so that they can accordingly do the importing procedure for you. You can't get into it midway and get a refund just because you have decided to export it now.
Right. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Let's take some questions. So Gayatri is asking, do you arrange shipping from China?
So we do ship from China, but at the moment we are not shipping to Amazon FBA from China. It is extremely, I mean, most of the shipments are going to West Coast, and the kind of waiting times and the way things are backlogged there, that's the only thing at the moment we are not doing. But any other commercial shipment to any 3PL, we're regularly shipping out of China.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Smita says hi. Hi from Ecuador. Sonal says hi. Vinita says hi. Okay, Simone. Hello, everyone. Any recommendations shipping to Germany? Yeah, so shipping from India to Germany. Do you have any advice for that?
No, I mean it's totally doable. A lot of significant volume of cargo goes to Germany. Hamburg is the main port, and I think it's really easy. Like this is if you want to send LCL, Air, FCL, whatever mode you choose, all of it is possible.
Okay. Follow-up question from Simone. Is the pricing of shipping about the same, India to New York and India to Germany?
Uh, It'll be probably just about the same. The only thing that may vary, not the freight so much, but the destination charges, because the import clearance services and the door delivery, that in Germany is a little bit more expensive than the pricing you will get in New York. So when you look at door-to-door shipping, that component turns out to be a little bit more expensive than New York shipping.
Okay. Sonal is saying, I'm a newbie and shipping from India to USA had been a learning curve. What advice would you give me in getting products shipped from India? I am more into home decor products that have volume. Sonal, the best advice is contact Sameeksha once you place your order with your
Yeah,
supplier. Then just reach out to
yeah.
Sameeksha with all of the information, key information. So, Sameeksha, what information do you need from a seller after they've placed the order, and when do you need to know that they need to book a shipping with you?
One of the first thing is knowing the specs of your master cartons. You know, a lot of times people come to me with the specs of their product, which is honestly of no use to us, because how big or small your product is will not matter, but how you have packed it. So I need to know the dimensions of the master carton in which they are packed, the total number of cartons that are getting shipped, and the gross weight of the shipment. Then I need to know the terms, whether you have agreed on FOB or door to door with your supplier. So then that determines my scope of work, you know, whether I have to quote charges from the port or I have to quote charges right from the pickup point of the factory. And the final thing which I tell everyone is at least have some indication of where your goods are going, because a lot of time the queries I get at a preliminary stages, I don't know where it's going, but just give it to me for New York. And I'm okay to work that out because rates are generally handy with us, but it's not going to help you because New York is honestly the cheapest and the fastest destination that you are considering in your costing. But eventually it may go to a LA or may go to a port in the middle of United States, so things will be way more expensive. So knowing where your goods are going is important when you are asking for shipping costs.
Okay, great. Any recommendations shipping to USA? I think we just covered that. Vandana is asking, what is CBM and FCL? So CBM is cubic meters,
Yeah.
and FCL is full container load, and LCL is less than container load. So Vandana, you can just Google search, like export import terms, and
Yeah.
then you'll be able to see all of these.
Yeah, and anybody wants like Sameeksha was talking about the list for the carton, just simply ask for a packing list from your factory.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
also too, for all those shipping terms, there's in Monday Musings. If you go back, I don't know, a couple of months, I post with all the different terms and what they mean. So if you're new when you're getting stuck, just jump on and find that list, and you'll get all the answers.
All the encode terms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you're in the Facebook group, look for topics. There's a section on the group, either it's on the top or on the right-hand side. It says topics. And on topics, click on Monday Musings, and you'll be able to see all of Margaret's previous Monday Musings posts. And there's just so much knowledge over there. Okay, shipping prices are up, but then Amazon private label sellers are stuck with old pricing for the products. Yeah.
Put your price
Do you
up.
deal with shipping with China? Yeah, we covered that. I hear you, Gayatri. We've impacted, but our prices stay the same. Okay. What about Perth, Australia? So, are you
Uh,
asking shipping from India to Australia? I guess that's the question. Yeah. India to
yeah, so
Australia.
again, shipping for India to Australia mainly happens via Singapore. That's the transshipment port. Again, similar delays, 5 to 7 days at Singapore. And then once the goods reach Australia, there is about 2 to 3 days for birding. So in general, for any shipment that involves transshipment, I'd say add up 7 to 10 days to your regular transit time.
Okay. I've sent you an email about my upcoming shipment to New York. Okay.
More
Do you
work.
have a 3PL?
Mm.
Do you have a 3PL and ship from China to the 3PL and then arrange delivery to Amazon FBA?
No, so we don't have a 3PL in China, but if you are working with one, we can do like a door-to-door shipping. We can pick it up from the point you give us and then ship it to whichever 3PL you want to arrange delivery to. This is Amazon FBA, so yeah, we can ship it straight to. So Amazon, like I said, at the moment from China, we are not doing, but to any private warehouse or to any a commercial address in US, we can handle right now.
Okay. Thanks so much. Will do. Is it best to just send everything to a 3PL and then do Amazon shipment plans from the 3PL?
It really depends on what you're allowed to ship. If you're allowed to ship everything to the FBA, I'd say go direct. There is no need to involve a 3PL. But for some reason, if you're assigned multiple FBAs, so for example, your shipping is split into 3 to 4 FBAs, then it is better to send everything to a 3PL and then have Amazon ground services pick it up from the 3PL. That works out better.
Yeah, look, I'll just perhaps go on with that a bit, because if you're new to this and you don't know, if you've got an oversized product, so anything that's bigger than 18 inches by 14 inches by 8 inches in your packaging, your actual product, you will get your shipment will be split into 3. So unless you're doing an air shipment, it's really not viable. You'll have to go into a 3PL because you're going to have to send those out to 3 different warehouses. And also at the moment, I think most people I know are getting their shipments. You might have 5 products, and depending on how each product's moving, you might be allowed to put 800 of one in, 100 of another, 500 of another. So unless you've got a shipment that's going to fit under those guidelines, which you'd be pretty lucky, you're going to have to go into a 3PL and drip feed, or go in and put in what you want to put in for a particular product and leave the rest in the 3PL until your limits change. And like, they're going up and down. Like, I look at mine and they're changing daily. So it's going to be really hard for you to actually decide what to do. So I think most people, if you're new, especially, I think the new 200 limit still applies to new products. I haven't heard that that's changed as yet, but that was the limit before Christmas. And if that's the case, anybody who's got a new product going in is going to have to go into a 3PL first. But what I suggest, once you get a document, like your shipping, what's it called? I've forgotten the word. Come on, Kev. The word for the document.
Bill of lading.
Once you get your details, then you need to try a shipping plan with Amazon and see if you're allowed, but you'll more than likely get rejected. If you can get it all straight in at this time of the year, go for it, because you'll probably, if you're putting, say, a shoebox product into a 3PL and back out, and the transport cost, you're looking at probably somewhere between $2 and $3 an item additional to the additional shipping charge you're paying. So if you haven't got a lot of extra money built into your costings when you've done them, you're not going to be even breaking even. So just be very careful what you do at the moment with all these costs, because they're very high. I'm just noticing, like, it's costing us so much more moving cartons in, because sometimes I might put in 1,000 cartons and I take back out 800 straight away, so I've paid an extra, or sometimes it's costing me $7 a carton in and out, and then I've got to pay $1 or $1.50 to get it, depending which warehouse I get down the road somewhere. So it's a lot of money. So I think prices are going to have to weaken. Some people are just going to have to price creep $1 or something if your product can take it, but provided you've got a really unique Indian product, you're laughing. But if you're competing with something that's made in China and there's the same product made in China, it's going to be a bit harder to price creep. But once again, if they're private label sellers, they won't be able to bear that cost either. So I think the prices on Amazon will probably just slowly go up a little bit this year because, you know, a lot of people just can't bear that cost. And, you know, it's just getting, and I think the biggest problem is this 3PL cost, because there's no way around it and there's nothing you can do to get out of it. It's the only way to do it.
Yeah, great advice there. Okay, so this is Sameeksha's email address over here, and she's in our Facebook group as well. In case anyone has any questions about shipping by air, by sea, Sameeksha is the person to go to. She is so patient answering everyone's questions. I'm sure you get so many emails every day, Sameeksha, asking the same questions. A lot of people in our group are very new. So yeah, thank you so much for all of your support and helping so many sellers over the last year. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Meghla. Thank you for always being this kind. But it's always a pleasure seeing you guys, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure to speak with the lady president.
Yes,
we know the joke.
Say hello to Manik for us.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes, say hello to
I will.
Say hello to
yes,
Manik.
I will do that.
Okay, take care, Sameeksha.
Okay,
bye. You too.
Bye.
Cool. She is such a fountain of information.
Yeah.
So much knowledge.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's so much going on in that area, isn't there? I mean, you know, like,
well, it is.
Not just India. I mean, China, Vietnam, and you know, other places around the world, and you know, but I mean, you know, like, I mean, what people don't realise is, you know, the hubs in between. You know, like Singapore is one of the biggest hubs. You know, like you got, you know, and then European ports are another hub, and you know, there's different places around the world that, you know, some containers get loaded, unloaded, put back on. You know, if we went to from Nava Sheva to the West Coast, we found that our containers got taken off at I think it was South Korea, Margaret, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was in Korea. Yeah, and they sat there for
and they can stay there for a couple of weeks. And this is prior to COVID as well.
Yeah, this was a good 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
we did that once because Amazon sent us there, and I just then went to a 3PL because I just didn't want to be, you know, lost in transit for however long. So yeah, but it's just really hard at the moment, and it's hard if you're new because, you know, like even myself, I'm thinking, gee, can I put my whole of next shipment straight in? But then as I watch my figures go up and down each week, when Amazon decide to change your volume you can have in a certain product, then I think, no, I can't do it. Then next week I can do it. So if you're really new and trying to learn this game, it's really going to be a bit daunting for the next few months to try and work it out. But I think most newbies, 3PL is your only option. I don't think you've got many choices.
Yeah. Gregory says, I can highly recommend her. Yes, she's absolutely amazing. I've heard so many positive comments and testimonials. Okay, Dr. Neil, really great information. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Look who's back, Alan. You're such a sweet talker.
Thank you, Alan. You're not so bad. You're not so bad yourself, Alan.
Okay, so let's move on over here. We've got one of our favorite VISS suppliers joining us. Let me welcome Anant from Creations of India. Hello,
Hi.
Anant. How are you?
I'm good. How are you all?
Good. How are you?
Well, first of all, happy birthday. It was your 40th birthday.
Belated. Happy belated birthday. Yeah. And I believe it was a milestone too, Anant. We won't say how
40.
old. Yeah.
Just joined 40.
happy 40th.
Welcome to the 40s club.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin, do you want to start?
Oh yeah. Welcome back, Anant, and it's always good to see you. And I believe you've got some new products to show us.
Yes, I've just I've been on the show 2 or 3 times before. So mostly everyone knows that we are in the business of manufacturing bags and fashion items. So now recently, for the last 1 year, what I have seen is there's a shift from fashion towards more utility items. The buyers, they are not keen towards fashion items, they are keen towards more utility items. So in these utility designs, we have launched two lines. One is the recycled bags, and the other is some home utility items.
Okay.
So now this is the background of my company. We are a 40-year-old company. It was started by my father in 1976. We initially used to trade in big handicraft and furniture items. Then we started manufacturing of fashion jewelry, accessories, and then production of bags and purses we started on our own. The shift was gradually because when we are trading in some items, then we are not able to honor the commitment to the buyer for the time, because there are a lot of reasons: Delhi, Muradabad, Delhi, Saharanpur, delays, and everything. And that is why we wanted to focus on those items which we can manufacture ourselves and we can make our commitments to our buyers on time. So we shifted towards this line. We have participated in many fairs in India and abroad, and these are some general buyers which we have worked. We have worked with Boohoo, Francesca, Primark, El Corte Inglés in Spain, and in India, we are working with a domestic brand called Chumbak. It's again a fashion and
Excellent.
lifestyle brand. Now, these are the USPs of my company and myself. That first, sampling and customization. Because we have our own manufacturing facility, so we are able to do any kind of sampling, any kind of customization of the product which a customer asks us to do. And we always believe in transparency of our dealings, that we are always transparent, that whatever the quote we are giving, whatever there are changes in any prices, or if we have to come down any prices because of the change in quality of the fabric or quality of the product, we are always transparent to the buyer that, see, these are the factors which leads to the increase in the prices. Because people must be knowing, in last 6 months the cotton prices have gone up considerably. So we have told our buyers that, see, this is the price of cotton which we were getting earlier, and now the same quality of cotton we are getting now for this increased price. So there is a change in price, and wherever there is a reduction in price, we always tell that to the buyer also. Now comes to commitment of time. This was one thing which I had learned from my father, because he had started business in 80s, 70s and 80s. And if you know, during that time there were no communication, there were very less modes of communication. Only a letter used to come in 15 days, and then another 15 days to reply back. The letter goes to the buyer in USA or Europe. So he said to me that if I had sit on that letter for another 15 days, then that means 2 months has passed for just a single communication. So he made sure that he had to reply to the buyer within a week, and gradually, so he just made me learn that you have to reply to any inquiry or to any buyer within 1 day or within 2 days, so that the buyer can take time to reply to you, but you do not have to take time.
Yeah, no, I believe in that. It's speed of, people like to be, that you're there, you're attentive to their needs, and
Yeah.
with email and the internet now, it's fantastic that people want
Like-
instant action. So
like now we have WhatsApp and WeChat.
yeah,
Now we can communicate with the buyers. Like on my time, I can communicate with the buyer. The buyer on their time, they can
Yeah.
communicate with me. They can send me the messages. But back in those times, there was nothing like this. They were used to come one fax or one message, and so if we sit
Yeah.
on that and wasted our time, then there was no fruitful business we are going to generate. And the last USP is our location. Our location is in Delhi, which is the heart of India, and so we are connected to all the major hubs of production like Muradabad, Saharanpur, where we get some beads made, where we get some production made, or villages of Meerut, where the handwork is done. The macrame handwork is done in villages of Meerut and Hapur. So we are all very well connected, and so that's again a USP for us. Yes, these are the we are first of all doing the fashion bags and purses, and we are making bags in different kinds of material like leather, cotton canvas, jute, polyester, and nylon, and fox leather, that is PU and PVC, which we call, and rope and braided macrame work. We are making bags. These are the fashion bags. These are the new kind of prints which we are doing, the jungle theme and the flamingos.
Those prints, they look very intricate, Anand, especially the
Yeah.
middle bag. That looks very sort of like artwork issues. What's involved in sort of in that print? Is it, how is that
See,
put on?
this
Is it a stencil or?
no, this is not by stencil. This is by digital print.
Okay.
This is we are doing on big machines on digital, and it's kind of a transfer process from paper to fabric.
Okay.
So that's why, and it is done mostly on the polyester based fabric. So the the color comes very lively on the fabric. And what happens is, like, most of the times buyer tells us that we are looking for these kind of prints, and we have a lot of prints in our stock. So we show them that these are the prints which we have. If you want to buy something from these, then you can go from these, or otherwise you can tell us, and we can print for you your design also. And what happens is, like, if we are giving them our designs, then our MOQs are less. But if the buyer is going to give us their design, that okay, Anand, I need only this print, then we have to get it printed, digitally printed on either a MOQ of 500 meters to make it economically viable, or otherwise, if we are going to print 50 meters or 100 meters based on the order of the buyer, then it is going to cost a little extra.
And how many of those sort of prints would you have at hand? Would you have many different designs?
Yes, I would be having at least 300 to 400 designs.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
That's a lot of
You can't
variety.
find something there.
But there's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot of colours. There's a lot of colours in you look at that bag, and there's a lot of colours, and
Yeah.
you just
See,
look at
that's
it and you just think that's a lot of work. You know, there's a lot of work goes into that.
No,
So
see, that's the beauty of digital printing. That in
yeah,
digital printing you can have a variety of colors. The silk screen printing is done by
yeah,
hand. The silk
yeah.
screen printing is done by hand, and it is only good for if you have only one color, two color, or maximum three or four colors. But if you want to have a multiple colors or a lively picture in your bag or in on your product, then you must go for digital printing. In digital printing, the costing is not based on the colors. The costing is based on the area of the fabric.
Okay.
Okay, so you can have any amount of colors. You can have a rainbow color. You can have any amount of colors in the digital print, and it doesn't matter, and it will come out very good. These are the fashion bags which we have just made for Spring Summer 2021, and these are in the macrame and PU. The left one, green one. The center one is in leather. We have just cut the leather cords and then we have joined them to make it look like a wire mesh.
Yeah,
They're different. Yeah.
they're different. Yeah, I mean the ladies comment more than me. I'm not into sort of fashion bags just yet.
You know, I really like that green one. I think that's nice.
Yeah, they're very summery and beachy.
Yeah,
Yeah, very beachy. That's a good way of the good description, Megla. Yeah, beachy.
And is this macrame, the white one?
This white one is not macrame. It's a cotton mesh. You can just zoom it.
Yeah.
It's a cotton mesh. It's kind of a grocery bag. Earlier, we used to sell it as a grocery bag. Now we have just made a change and we have added a leather flap on it with leather handles. So it looks very elegant. It can be used as a grocery bag also. It can be used as a handbag also.
Yeah, it looks very chic with that accent. And
I like that.
can you do that in different colors as well?
Yes, we can dye the cotton mesh in any colors you want.
Right. And then what about, is there a lining inside this?
There is lining inside in the middle bag, not in
Okay.
between the wire mesh or this macrame bag. If you want, we can
Okay.
add the lining also.
Okay.
That depends basically on the buyer.
Okay. Diaper bags.
These are popular, aren't they?
Yeah, these are popular.
Okay.
I had developed the design for a buyer, not from VISS, but not from India Sourcing Group, but for my another buyer, and that's why I'm showing you, because when I contacted my buyers from the India Sourcing Group that I want to display my products, they said no, don't display our products. So I said okay, no problem. So this is a diaper bag which we have made, and there's a front pocket which has a option of putting milk bottles. Uh, it can store warm milk bottles for up to 3 hours. The bottle will be stayed warm, and then the on the back also there is a zip, so that you can easily, without opening the bag from the top and taking out all the contents, you can just take out whatever contents you have on the bottom of the bag by just opening the backside zip.
So, and then is that's got the what's it called? To keep it hot, keep it cold. It's like a bright material. What they use inside. I'm even in my golf bag, I've got to keep a cold drink. There's a special pocket, and you can keep it either hot or cold.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Installation.
installation.
It's an insulation. I'll just show you.
Yeah, it's like a piece of.
Because
really
with sort of, well, babies have sort of lukewarm sort of milk, don't they? They don't have hot milk.
Yeah.
See, it's this kind of insulation.
Yeah.
This is kind of an aluminium insulation which we stitch inside a bag. And this aluminium insulation, the advantage is that it can be stitched and it will not tear while stitching. And this keeps food warm, or if you want something to be cold, this keeps it cold.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, these are cute. Kids' bags.
Cute.
Yeah, these are the kids' bag which we have developed last year. So these are made from the velvet fabric, velvets. We can make them in different designs. The top three are the backpacks for the kids who are going in the KG or nursery or the preschools. And the bottom two are the storage bags which can be kept in the kids' room with their toys and other stuffs.
Right. So what sort of MOQs are we looking at for these kids' bags?
Megla, I tell you what happens is like last year, many of buyers had contacted me for the MOQs. So I told them that initially I told them that MOQs were 500 pieces, but then they were not interested. So now we have come down to our MOQs to 200 pieces per design, but we have told them that we can make 200 pieces, but the prices will be X works.
Okay.
Yeah.
For 200 pieces, we cannot give FOB Mumbai or FOB Delhi prices.
Okay.
And then do you do a minimum order value at all, or you just do an MOQ?
See, if the buyer is ready to accept X works price, then there is no minimum order value. We can work for $500 also. We can work for $1,000 also.
Yeah.
If it's an X works price. But if the buyer asks us to give me an FOB Mumbai quote, or if a buyer asks me to give me an FOB Delhi quote, then I will ask them to give me a minimum order value of $2,000 to $3,000.
Okay. Well, most people would come in with a FOB Mumbai. I mean, that's the best way to sort of do any sort of negotiations at the moment. So,
I understand they want FOB Mumbai prices. But the problem is that if the order is only say $600 or $800,
yeah.
Now, if I'm going to give them FOB Mumbai prices, my freight charges from Delhi to Mumbai and the custom clearing charges at Mumbai, they are only going to cost me another $200.
Yeah. No, we understand. That's why we try and encourage people that, if they're going to come to you to do business, it's got to be real figures so that it all works with the system. There's no point, wanting 25 or 50 bags or 50, whatever, because of the shipping costs and, related to FOB to this and that. And it's just not worthwhile. So, yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, you're right.
I think MOV also works really well. So if you have, like an MOV of $2,000, I think that should be manageable. It's good for you as well, and it's it works really well for the buyer as well. So I think MOV is a good idea. So what about the price?
They can choose a variety of designs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So what about the prices of these bags?
See, these kit bags, they are for around $4 to $5.
Yeah, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's really good. And is that a mouse in the middle? Is that a mouse?
This one?
Yeah, is that a mouse?
Yeah.
That's a puppy dog.
Kind of a mouse.
It's kind of a mouse. Looks like a puppy dog. It's a dog. Puppy dog. Puppy dog, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a dog.
It's a puppy mouse. It's a puppy mouse.
I was thinking it was a mouse. I was looking at it as a mouse.
Very cute. Okay, recycled bags. What's this?
Okay, now this is the new line we have developed in the last year. These are recycled bags. Can you just play the video I have?
Okay, yeah, let me just play the video first. So I'm just gonna, just give me a second. I'll stop sharing first. So I also want to point out that Anant actually created all of the India sourcing trip bags that we had given out to people. So, and the quality of those bags were really, really good. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. Yeah, very durable as well. I'm still using them.
Ours are still like new. Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, also you should point out that there's a lot of people that have successfully got things made with Anant in the past too.
Yeah.
Previously, yeah.
Okay. So what's going on here?
These are the looms. These are the hand looms on which these rugs are made. See this kind of rug. This man is making a rug.
Oh, yeah.
Hand looms. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the. I'm going to show you these rugs.
Right.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So what kind of material is this?
This is all fabric. This is all scrap fabric, and we have made this rug from the scrap fabric.
That's really good. Yeah. So
scrap fabric is made into yarn? Is that correct? Or how is it done?
It's done on that hand loom. What happens is that the loose fabric is inserted inside the hand loom, and then they just pull back the weave and they tie all this with the threads. Are you able to see the little threads, the black threads?
Yeah.
So this ties the loose fabric, and then we are able to make this rug.
Wow, that's clever, isn't it?
And that's the hand loom. Is there's no power. It's just a hand loom, isn't it?
It's done by hand. It has no power.
It's all done by hand, isn't it? Yeah.
It's all done by hand.
Yeah.
It does not run on electricity. It is done in villages only. They are doing everything by hand. By hand.
Yeah. Awesome.
And this is like this rug. This was made by fabric, and this is another rug, which is made by hand, which is made by leather.
Oh wow.
So it's scrap leather fabric, is it?
Yeah, this is the scrap leather, the small pieces of scrap leather. They have put inside the scrap leather, and then they have tied it with the black thread using that loom.
Okay. I guess one question would be like, how can we ensure consistency in color? Because if this is made from, scrap fabric, if we're selling it on Amazon, we have the picture of one particular product, and then, the other products are slightly different. There are variations in the color.
See, yeah, that's the beauty of this item, that
Mm-hmm.
no product is absolutely 100% similar. This is
Mm-hmm.
all handmade, and this is going to be some little bit difference in the color and that. I have customers who write on their thank you notes that on their listings they mention that the product which you are going to receive is going to be a little bit different in color or shade from the sample shown.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So that's just
Yeah.
something to be aware of if you're
Yeah,
doing
Yeah.
these
Yeah, that
handmade.
definitely.
is
Yeah,
something to be
yeah,
aware of, because
Yeah.
yeah.
the
Yeah.
advantage of this is that we are reducing the scraps which is left out after making any leather item,
Mm.
Yeah.
and we are in
Mm.
turn reducing the carbon footprint on the planet.
Mm.
Yeah. So that could
And
be like a story on that product.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the story which we can give on that product.
Mm.
See,
And is
these
it
are
cheaper
the
as well? Because it's
yeah, it's
recycled
relatively
is
cheaper.
cheaper
For
too, right?
example,
Yeah.
if it's relatively cheaper. For example, if something like this, you're going to sell it in the market of full leather bag, that is going to cost you around $15 to $20. And if the same thing, if you make it from this leather, then it's going to cost you around $10.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just show you a sample.
Sure.
And someone just said there, Meg, like that. That's what makes it unique, being a little bit sort of different of the,
Yeah.
See,
you know.
this is
Oh, yeah. Look.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at
this is
that.
the rug. This
Oh,
is
Yeah.
the
isn't that
rug,
nice?
and this is the bag which we made from it.
So you can
Oh,
even you can match your back doormat now.
yeah.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah,
that's really nice. So that bag's lovely. So it's come
Yeah.
up really good with the trim.
yeah, yeah.
Great.
So Daisy's asking, hi Anant, if everything is made by hand, what is your monthly capability?
We can make at least around 3,000 to 5,000 pieces per month.
Right. So maybe we can explain to Daisy also like how this production happens. And do you want to tell her about, how the artisans, work in the villages and how you get this production done? Like it's not all in-house. It's not like you have workers in your factory
No,
making these products. So do you want to
yeah.
explain the
See,
process a little bit? Yeah.
so the process is, can you move on the next slide?
Okay.
Can you zoom on the top right, the scraps of leather?
Yeah. Okay, here.
So these are the scraps of leather which we get in the market. When people have made their shoes, when the people have made their leather bags, when the people have made their leather gloves or anything from leather, these scraps are left, and they are just left to decompose, and it did not decompose easily. So now what our workers in these villages do, that they make these rugs from these scraps, handloom. On the handloom, they just insert these straps, and they make tie them with the threads, and they make these kind of rugs. And according to our size, we tell them that we need this size of rug, and they send us the rug. This kind of rug they are able to send us. Now from this rug, my people in my factory, they make a bag.
Okay.
Hmm. So they
We
send you the
can make,
fabric, you can say. Like
yeah,
they send
you
you the
can send,
fabric.
they send us the fabric, they can send me these rug panels, and from these we have made these bags. These all bags you are able to see,
Yeah.
they are also all made from these leather. This is a leather
Wow.
panel,
Mm.
this is a beach bag,
So different.
Mm.
I
this is
love
a bucket
that.
bag.
That's cute.
Yeah. Okay. And so in terms of capacity, the question that Daisy was asking, it's not like you are employing these artisans. They're, you could consider them like freelance workers, right? So if you have maybe an order of 1,000 pieces, this month, you can outsource this to X number of people. But if you have an order of 3,000 pieces the next month, then you can outsource it to, like more people, right? That's how it works, correct?
Yeah, that's how it works. But what happens on these production centers, we are not outsourcing it to directly to these people. We are
Yeah.
there's a mediator in between who is
Mm.
looking after the production, and these handlooms, there are a number of handlooms. For example, if there are 50 handlooms, a worker on a handloom is able to make around, say, 20 rugs on a day. So depending on the order, if he has a thousand pieces order, then he will give, say, 10 people to make, and they are making 20 rugs in a day. So in 5 days, he is going to get the whole product made. And if it's a big order, then he is going to employ more people, and he's going to make that rugs like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
Okay.
the people or the artisans are the production line, but it's people.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
villages,
The villages, yeah.
villagers.
Yeah,
See,
artisans
because
there.
what happens is they are not always working full time on this. In the villages, if you know, in Indian villages, they have the crops, the farming which they are doing.
Yeah.
They have seasons, different seasons. So most of them, when there is a season of cutting the crops or sowing the crops, the villagers are busy in that. But when they are there's a season when the crops are growing, and they just have to water them, they just have to spray the fertilizers and everything. So during that periods of time, most of the villagers are free, and then they go to these production centers for work, so that they can put in their 8 to 10 hours a day, and they can then make some extra money and help their families.
Okay. So then these bags are made from scraps of fabric. So similar to leather, this is fabric.
Similar to leather, in the top left one, if you can zoom. Left one, left.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
This is made from multicolor fabric.
Mm.
That
And
looks
what
like
kind
one
of
her
fabric
bags,
is?
Megla.
Yeah, that's our style, isn't it?
Looking like colours.
Looks like we found our next IST bag, Mark, huh?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I don't know whether it'll suit Kev though.
Yeah. Okay, and so is this mostly, cotton, or what kind of fabric is it?
Yes, fabric is mostly cotton. Normally we use cotton fabric only.
Okay. So we have a question from Gayatri. Anant, do you use the full rug to make a bag? What happens to the leftover rug?
Yes, normally we try that we get the rug made in the size that can be utilized fully to make a bag. But still, if some thing is left, then we leave it. We just cut it and leave it. Otherwise, we are not able to make a full rug. But mostly we get the rug made in the size, like this rug we have got made in a size that it can be utilized fully to make a bag.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Athar is asking, I need to source them from Pakistan. Will there be any government regulations in place in terms of restrictions and stuff? Not really sure about that. So do you want to source from Pakistan into India or Pakistan into the US? Yeah, I'm not really sure about regulations in Pakistan.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a bit different than India.
Yeah. Okay, so what's
And
this?
these are again the same rugs which we have made them in the cushion covers.
Ah, okay.
All right. Yeah.
These can be made as the
So,
cushion covers also.
and these are, I guess, leather strips, is it?
Yeah, these are the hair on leather strips, and we have
Mhm.
just joined them in a designed panel.
Yeah, I think this is also Ryan International yesterday was showing similar cushion covers, right, Mark? Do you remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
very,
yeah,
yes,
larger.
I think
Larger
this is
ones,
Yeah.
going to
yeah.
be on trend, a very trendy look, I think. I think it's really
Yeah.
nice, different.
Okay. Next.
There you go, ladies.
These are the these are the macrame bags.
Yeah. So, Anant, do you still see demand for macrame products in the US? Like, are there still buyers coming in asking for these products, or was it mostly a 2020 product?
No. Buyers are still coming and asking for the Macrame products. They have their own different designs. Everyone which comes to me and they show me a different design altogether, which I have not worked on earlier, and it's really good to work on those designs. And I think the macrame has a good demand. Macrame will
Okay.
still continue to have a demand.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so let's see some of the other products.
Yeah. Now these are the home utility items which we have started last year. These are the fabric aprons.
Right. Yeah, previously you were only focused on bags and fashion accessories like jewelry and belts. So
Yeah.
you're diversifying now.
Yeah. Because the fashion jewelry is kind of taken a back seat now. There is hardly any demand on the fashion jewelry front because most of the
Mm.
buyers, they are not interested in they already have earlier stocks of jewelry. They are not interested in buying more of jewelry at this time. So buyers also, we have to work according to the buyers, whatever the buyer demands. So the buyers are demanding more of the utility items that can be used in the home or in the workspace, and accordingly we have to make those kind of things.
Yeah, I think because
And
of COVID and because of the lockdowns and all, people are not going out that much, so they're not buying a lot of fashion accessory products. Like I'm just thinking back in 2020, I haven't bought much jewelry as well. So
yeah,
I love
that
wearing jewelry. So yeah.
that can be a great reason for that also, because people are not going out, so why are they going to spend on more on jewelry when they can't flaunt it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
and people are gardening and doing a lot more people have turned to gardening and things, I think, too. So, it makes sense that that's the way the trend of shopping's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
okay.
Canvas and
And
leather aprons. Ooh, nice.
these are not leather; these are canvas and leather.
Oh, yeah, so the leather trim.
Mm. So the
They have
trimmings are leather,
pockets.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pocket and the handle, the strap on the neck, and the back strap. These are made of leather. Otherwise, all the fabric is canvas, the strong canvas, so that you can work on your barbecue. You can work as a gardener, or you can, if you are doing carpentry work, then also it's very comfortable.
No, that I
And
like that black one. That's nice.
these
Yeah,
these
the
two
black
are
one
the
is nice.
plain ones, and then we have a printed one, the white and black print. So on canvas, we have the advantage of getting printed also.
Okay.
And these are the
Kids.
kids
Kids
apron,
apron. Wow.
because kids last year most of the kids were at home. They were now doing some clay work. They were doing some painting work, and so these were in good demand. And this one I just want to show you. This apron.
Hmm.
It's in cotton fabric with black screen printing, and as on the picture on the slide, you can just color it with the fabric washable colors,
Oh, right. So you can make your own.
and
So
then you
kids
can
can color it.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
they can color it, and then you can just hand wash it and soak it in a detergent for a night and hand wash it, and the color will go out, and then they can color it again.
Oh, wow.
That's
What a
nice.
great product. That's a different product.
So that's
Some,
it's made from cotton, is it?
Yeah, it's made from cotton.
Oh, so the color doesn't, okay, because you're using washable
Yeah, if you're
colors, I
using
guess that's why.
washable colors, so they will not stay on it, and they will not be a permanent colors, and you can just wash them. So the color kids, they like this idea. We are developing some cushion covers also on this same line, so that the kids can just color their cushions according to the whatever they want.
Yeah. Sunita has a really good point here. And maybe Anant, this is an idea for you. Does it come with color pencils or paint? How cool is that idea? You just bundle it with color
I
pencils and
have
paint.
just
It's like a
supplied.
kit.
I have just supplied the apron. I have not supplied the colors, but yes, I think colors, they are available in the market, and we can give you the colors also. That is no problem.
Yeah.
yeah, that would be a
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
unique thing on Amazon because, well, I'm saying they're not there, but I mean, that's amazing. There might be one on there that's already there, but that's just something that would be so great of a present for a child that, you know, not everyone's going to have.
Yeah. So, Sunita, I think you've got a good product there. I was thinking the same thing. It'll be a great fit product.
Yeah, no. I
A
think that's
DIY. It'll be a great DIY product.
Mm.
Is it cotton or cotton canvas?
It's not cotton canvas. It's more of a cotton sheeting.
Cotton sheeting.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's less heavy than canvas and more heavy than your normal cotton fabric.
Yeah. Jackie has the same question. Do you supply the washable pens? Yeah, it just totally makes sense.
Yeah, they're all thinking the same. Good on you guys.
Yeah.
I can find a source for you, and I can if you are buying this apron, then I can supply with this for you also.
So here is one of the colored ones, right? So I mean, you showed us the black and white one there, and it's been colored
this is
here.
the colored one.
Okay, cool. Very good. Okay, table runners.
These are the table runners, and I'll just show you the pictures again. This is for the one.
So this is again canvas?
This is poly canvas. This it's canvas and polyester mixed, and the advantage is that on poly canvas the digital print comes out very good. So that's why we make in poly canvas. We can have a digital print on it, like you see this. There are different shades of printing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is possible only by digital printing. If you are going to do silk screen printing, then since you do screen printing, can we send you an image to print on there? Yes, we can do that also.
Yeah, that would be a good idea if you have some customized design, Simone, that you want to put on the apron.
Absolutely.
Anand, I see that animal bag behind you. Do you want to show that to us a little bit? Let's see what it looks like from the inside.
The one with the pink ears.
Yeah, is that an elephant? I was just kind of wondering what it looks like from the inside, if it has zippers or pockets.
Yeah.
So this is felt, right?
This is not felt, velvet.
Oh, velvet. Okay, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, that's good.
Oh, you can see the trunk at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trunk we have just made from machine embroidery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a lining inside these pockets.
Okay.
And the straps also we have made from velvet so that it does not hurt the shoulders of the children.
Very soft.
Added.
Yeah. And again, there is a lining. The kids bag does not need a laptop pocket.
Yeah. Although you never know nowadays, kids are so tech advanced.
Yeah.
What's the old saying? And answer every bag has a silver lining.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one is this is
Lion.
kind of a lion. It's kind of a lion face. It's not a good lion face, but we tried to make it as a lion face.
It's cute. So what kind of lining is it, Sunita is asking?
We use polyester lining so that it does not crumple easily and it stays a clean look.
Okay, cool. Shama is asking, so would you be interested in handmade designs that can be printed on those aprons and other products?
Handmade design? I didn't understand.
So let's say if they send you their own designs that are actually
definitely. They whatever designs they want, they can give us the designs, and then we make a screen, customized design, and then we can make a screen and we can print on those aprons. We have no problem with that.
Yeah,
because Shama is actually an artist.
Oh,
yeah. So
wow,
I think
she could have the best aprons ever.
Yeah. Shama, that's a good idea. Okay, so you've got table runners in macrame and other stuff as well. Okay, storage baskets and planters. So what's different about these?
These are again made from the the top one. This is made from the jacquard fabrics. Earlier we used to make bags in it, and yeah, just zoom it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the advantages are that and this bottom one, these I have
Mhm.
fringes all around. I'll just show you the samples.
Megla, what did he say there? Where jacquard?
Jacquard,
the one in
yeah.
the middle is,
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar to the bag, the IST bag.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
that's
again
nice.
this is again a jacquard fabric on top, and then below we have used canvas, and then we have put these tassels all over.
No,
Right.
that's really different. Yeah,
So it can be used. It can be used as a carrying basket, or you can just put your stuff in there, and it can be easily foldable and send as a small packet.
Okay. Nice.
This one again. This is a canvas printed fabric, cotton canvas. We have put the handles on it, and the fringes, they are going all over the bag.
And what about the base? Is there like a stiff cardboard base, or what
Bit
is
of
it?
wood or
No, no,
something?
it's very soft base, so that you can
so
fold it easily.
Mm.
It's a soft base,
Oh, okay. Mm,
so you can fold it easily.
Yeah.
okay.
It can be folded and packed like this.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, so it's very small.
very nice. Yeah. Okay. Wall storage organizers.
Yeah, these I have made from the canvas and jacquard fabrics. They can be put on your walls to put any stuff you have, books, diaries, paper pens, etc. They can be used as a kitchen accessory also, or your wall accessory in office or your small home office also.
And they'd be good in a craft room, I reckon, if you did a lot of craft.
Mm, yeah. Okay, let's keep moving. Cushion covers.
These are the macrame cushion covers and the coasters. I think these coasters I had shown on the Saturday showcase also.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, they're quite.
And as you said before, Megla, macrame is still, people are, still looking for macrame. It's still
Yeah, it
about,
looks like
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking it may just be, like a fad that was very popular in 2020 because people were stuck at home and they were just kind of looking for something to do. But it
Oh, okay.
looks like,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like
No, no.
products are
Pe-
still popular.
People are still looking for
Yes.
macrame items
Yeah.
because macrame items, they can just give a story to the buyers that these are made in the villages. Everything is made handmade, and they are different from the traditional items which are made by machines.
Yeah.
Because everyone understands that this is a macrame item. This is all made by hand. There is no machine used in it.
Mhm. So Vanita is asking, can you make this in bigger size with a strong base so it can be used in a baby room? I think she was referring to the bag, the previous bag.
Yeah, we can make in big, whatever size you want, and strong base we can add a cardboard if you want.
Yeah. So I think Vanita, you can get in touch with Anant directly. The email address is at the bottom of the screen. And if you have any customization that you want to do, you can discuss that with him. But of course, the MOQs will be higher if you do want to get some customizations. So keep that in mind.
And
Okay,
just
some more.
I wanted
Yeah.
to show you. These are
Yeah.
the storage boxes.
Hmm. And what's the base of the storage box? Is it just like a stiff base, cardboard, or what?
Yeah, it's a removable base. It's made of cardboard, and we have
Mhm.
stitched the fabric all over it. So when you just open it, You just put this base on the box inside, and it has a stiff base.
Yeah, so it's a good flat pack. Yeah, that's good.
So you can just keep it on any of your shelf. We are using these kind of boxes in our office also, because they are very sturdy and easy to use. You can just put your stuff in there and just put it on any shelf, and you just, when you just don't want them, then you just open it, push it, pack it in a small poly bag, and store it anywhere.
That could be a nice toy box as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make it we can make it for the kids also, and we can make for your home purpose also. If you want to store any home items, your clothes and anything for your almirah and for your office, we can make them like that also.
And then, what sort of when you say a poly bag, what sort of poly bag are you talking about?
Oh, no,
poly bag.
Just to store in the home, Kevin, when you're not using it.
When you're not using it, normal.
Oh, okay.
Normal,
yeah.
Normal poly bag.
So what is the approximate price for this sort of a storage bag? Because I also know that, these products come a lot from China too. So I'm just wondering, like, how do, we compare with China? Because they,
this box, this comes around $1 to 1.25.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Actually,
but
I'm going
minimum we have to have at least 6 pieces or 4 pieces set.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So that's what you said.
So it comes in a set, is it?
Yeah.
Normally, we send in sets only.
Okay.
Like in different colors. If you want all them in different colors, or if you want in a same color, that can be arranged. That is no problem. But it comes as a set only.
Could you stencil on those and then paint like you do with that apron, so the kids could make their own boxes, or not? Would that be able to be done?
That's a good idea. We can do that also.
There you go. I reckon that'd be cute. You could make your own designs in your bedroom.
Yeah, we can make that in the same fabric print screen, single black color, and then the kids can. But the problem will come up for washing, because these cannot be washed.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because there is cardboard inside. There is cardboard inside. So and the cover cannot be removed. So you cannot wash it. Once you have applied the color, it will remain as it is.
Yeah. Okay. So you could color it in once, but you couldn't recolor it in. Yeah.
You can color it only once, but you cannot recolor it, and you cannot wash it.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay, so we have more macrame stuff.
These are the plant hangers we are doing. I'll just show you.
That would be popular, wouldn't it? The plant hangers.
Yeah, they are. They're quite sort of saturated, I think, with a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a lot.
On the bottom of these, we have added 7 stones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. That's quite
different.
Cute.
That's just to make it a little different from the normal hangers we make, plant hangers. This is a bottle holder.
Oh, it's different.
That's cute.
You can hang that off the side of your desk.
Yeah. So the thing I like about macrame products or macrame products is that there's so much creativity, and you can do so many things with it and just be very creative.
Yes. I get a lot of different queries. People are asking me to make baskets of macrame. People are asking me to make baby hammocks from macrame.
Oh, that is cute. Awesome.
So there's a lot of creativity which goes on in creating in these products. The buyer has to give them their creativity and their inputs, and then we make them.
Yeah. You can make a wine gift bag out of it. Yeah, exactly.
That's anybody watching today, if they've got any ideas or want to be creative, and then can get anything made for you in the materials we discussed today, Yes. Like you said, you make a partnership, and be creative. I mean, we with the factories that we use for the products that we do, we give them designs to work on our behalf. And so, you've got to that's the team effort to when you're private labeling and to customize products. That's the secret weapon, is to have a good team.
Right.
But I think that
handicraft work is all about creativity.
Yes.
Whatever the creativity has to come from the both ends, from me as a supplier and you as a buyer. The buyer gives their input as what creative product they have, and I as a supplier, I can give my technical inputs that if you want this product, it can be made in this way so that it is strong and durable. It will not get damages easily. That's the input I can provide, and then we can team up together. So handicraft work is all about creativity, all about the limit, the extent you can go to thinking about a new and unique product. That is done in handicraft only. You visit handicraft fairs only for this, because you see a lot of new creative products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Thank you for coming back again, Anand. That was
fantastic.
Great. And it's good to see you again.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. And also, Anand, thank you so much for being very active in the Facebook group. You're always answering questions, and you're also posting on Showcase Saturday. So we really appreciate your support in the group. Thank you so much for that. Cool. So, okay, guys, get in touch with Anand if you're interested in any of these types of products, or if you have any ideas and designs that you want Anand to bring to life. So, get in touch with Anand. Okay, thanks a lot, Anand. We'll see you later.
Anand.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Anand. Take care.
Okay, wow. That was really good. And we are running late again. Again. So we have our next guest waiting backstage. Let me invite Rajat to the stage here. Hi, Rajat.
Hi, good morning, Megla.
Wow, he brought the gang. He brought the gang today.
Yeah. Today we have our factory in partner. We do home furnishing. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Home furnishing setup.
Let me just do some introductions real quick over here. So Rajat from Panoramic Sourcing is one of our vetted sourcing agencies in India Sourcing Trip and in our Facebook group. And he's absolutely amazing. A lot of sellers in our group have worked with him. And Rajat, you're based in Delhi, right? Noida?
Yeah, in Noida.
Yeah. Okay. And Rajat was also part of India Sourcing Trip back in 2019. He gave a really good presentation. So he's part of our family, our India Sourcing team. And today we brought on Rajat because there are so many questions in our group about cotton bedding and also different types of furnishings, whether it's organic cotton or regular cotton. And so that's why we thought we'd bring on an expert to give you an overview of how cotton is, cotton bedding is manufactured in India, what kind of pricing to expect, and what are the quality levels, et cetera, et cetera. So, and Rajat, you brought with you a supplier. So do you want to quickly introduce your guests and also maybe tell us what exactly they produce?
Sure. We are here, like our factory, Nilambri Solution. They are one of the factory. They are based in Noida, and they do majorly home furnishing business. Here we have VP Brenda Bist and factory manager Neetu Singh. They do a lot of home furnishing products for North America, and they ship for us for a lot of Amazon seller business as well. So they are very well versed about the Amazon systems, requirements, packaging. They understand the testing orders will be placed first, then we get repeats. So they are well aware about all the systems. So we thought that it's really good idea to be a part of this our group. So we can show you their showroom and everything, and we'll reply all the questions about it.
Right. Mohan is asking, still live? Yes, we are still live. We're still going.
I think so. Hang on, I'll just pinch myself. I'm still live.
He must have gone out for lunch or whatever and come back oh my God, these people are still going live. Okay, so Rajat, I guess our first question to you is, what types of bedding materials are available in India? What are the, cotton or blends, silk, satin? Can you just give an overview of the different options that are available?
Yeah, I will tell you. See, India is the second most cotton producing country in the world.
second largest cotton producer in the world. So India has cotton beddings, like product made from cotton. Any product made from cotton is available in India, and they are supplying to the world uh, very much. And second thing is silk. Silk is also produced in India in certain pockets. So cotton, silk, linen, and other natural materials are in a large amount produced in India, and they are supplied to all over the world.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't introduce Ajit. So Ajit is Rajat's partner from Panoramic Sourcing. So they work together. Okay, so great, Ajit. So it's good to know that all sorts of options are available, and people are also nowadays looking for more eco-friendly material. So can you tell us a little bit about organic cotton?
Yeah. See, organic cotton is like it starts from the field. From field, no chemical manures and fertilizers are added in those while producing those things. And while in dyeing also, the process where the coloring of cotton and other things are done, cotton materials, no harmful chemicals are added in those products. So organic cotton is also produced in India. Now I will tell you in which pocket they are more produced. So for bedding linens, it's more and more weaving is done in the southern part of India, like Coimbatore and other parts. And then dyeing is done in northern part as well as western part of India, like Vapi, Surat, in those places also. So organic cotton, India has the capability of organic cotton, and many factories are part of BCI, that is Better Cotton Initiative,
or got certified.
or got certified.
So factory who has those certificates, they are legally like eligible to export the organic cottons. So basically, the cotton which are produced without any fertilizer during all the supply, all the processes, whether it's weaving,
Harmful
is
chemicals.
dyeing, or the cotton growing, those are called organic cotton. And
Right.
factories, yeah.
And the factory here, Nilamri Business Solution, has BCI membership, Better Cotton Initiative membership. So they are also supplying organic cotton and better cotton.
So
Okay.
what would be the percentage of organic cotton compared to normal cotton that is produced, like is made into bedding? Is that a lot, 50%, or is it a really small portion? Or
No, it depends on the buying partners. Many buyers like organic cotton, so they produce organic cotton. But it's not, you can't measure that in terms of percentage.
It's depending on the demand. Some
Demand.
customer demand only organic cotton. Of course, organic is expensive than the normal cotton. So if you go very commercial, like normal cotton is required. But when we have some niche market where we just sell the baby stuff or the other things, so that then we go for the organic.
India has the capability of doing organic cotton, but it depends on the demand from overall customers.
But
The
most of the
factory.
exports from India, are they organic cotton or regular cotton? Like most of the
Regular
exports.
cotton.
Most is the
Regular
cotton.
cotton.
regular? Okay.
Okay.
Because it's very expensive, and because the output we get from the fields is less compared to the normal cotton, because they don't use the fertilizer. The cotton which they grow is comparatively come out less.
It's only a phenomena of supply and demand. If the demand of organic cotton is more, India will produce more organic cotton. But right now the demand is lesser. It's growing day by day, but it's still less.
People are looking for most eco-friendly products, so people are now demanding
more.
cotton.
So it will produce more organic cotton.
Yeah.
What's the approximate price difference between normal cotton, let's say bedding, and organic cotton bedding, bed sheets?
See, it's around it's MOQ and MOQ thing, and in terms of percentage, it will be around 20% of price difference.
15 to 20%.
15 to 20%.
After all dyeing, because sometimes we take white, sometimes we dye it. So 15 to 20% goes up.
A price difference will be there.
Okay,
Plus
that's not bad.
one thing, when a seller or a buyer demands organic cotton, he needs to take the certification. So production of organic cotton is not that much expensive, but the certification of that and process of maintaining that certificate in the factory is expensive.
We have to, when we
So,
place the organic cotton business, we have to ask for the traceability also. From where the factory has procured the fabric, who is the supplier of the gray fabric, who is the supplier of the dyeing and thing.
Cotton and
From there, they have
grey
procured
cotton.
the gray cotton. So all these things are called as a traceability. So where we can see from where factory have purchased that. That's the way only we can say we have procured the organic cotton. Otherwise, we can't make it out.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Over to you, Mark.
Okay, so yeah, look, what is, or can you explain to people who probably don't even understand the difference? What's GSM and what is thread count? And, you know, what's the most common thread count people buy these days? What's the
Yes.
general market?
GSM is gram per square meter. Like when we cut a fabric 1 meter by 1 meter and its weight, how much grammage is there? This is called GSM. In general terms, it's GSM, gram per square meter, but it getting that GSM of fabric, there are different machines. A small machine where cut a circle of fabric,
We take a small circle,
a small circle, and measure it in a weighing machine.
weighing machine.
That's very compatible, and that is
Kitchen
GSM.
wala se start hota
But
hai.
thread count, when you call of thread count, then 1 inch by 1 inch, 1 square inch, how much thread is there? We cut 1 square inch of fabric, a swatch of 1 square inch, and count all the threads, wrap and warp and everything, and count all the threads. That count is called thread count. So normal thread count in India or like anywhere is 200 TC, 200 thread count, then 300 thread count, 400, 500,
The more
600.
thread count, the more premium it will become.
More premium,
more expensive.
Till 800 thread count, in bed linens, the fabric that is used more is till 800 thread count. But above 800 thread count, the fabric becomes very thick and not will be not good to use in bed linens. Yeah. It's normally used
Like
200
200 to 400 is the regularly be supplied.
And till 800 it can be used as bed linen.
Okay.
And are these products sold on MOQ or the minimum dollar order?
This is a very commercial product when you talk of bed linen, but when you talk of organic bed linens, that is a premium thing, so that can be sold on MOQ, organic. But when you talk of bed linens, the buyer take it in a container loads. Many buyer take it in container loads. It's very commercial thing, so it's used as a not at a higher margin, but it's very
it's a more of a volume business
thing.
Yeah.
If a buyer takes it a small thing for regular bed linens, then he will not survive. But when he will add designs to that bed linen, then there is a chance of getting all the business thing done in those bed linens. Like this factory, they have added so much design. This is a factory there which is a very design based factory. So they are adding premium to those bed linens.
And what sort of lead times? What sort of lead times is there on bed linens? Usually,
it depends.
It depends
more
on
of the
order
fabric.
thing.
Like it starts from 80 days to 100, 110 days, depending on the quantity, the fabric quality. Sometimes the fabric is generally, regular in the market. That takes less time. Sometimes we have to specially the order for our order it's a special mix of some blends. Then it will take more time. So it depends. It starts from 80 to 120 days. You can say that, depending the quantity as well.
It's when you say that MOQ of the order, it depends on the weaving. Like if you say 300 thread count order, so it's regularly weaved fabric. You can get the fabric regularly from the market. Then you need to go for dyeing. So dyeing has its own MOQ. Like 1000 meters minimum will be dyed in a mill. It will not be 200 meters. So 1000 meter if dyed in a mill in a color, you will get like say 600 to 800 bed linens in that 1000 meters. So that will be 600 will be MOQ of that product or in a color.
Okay.
And lead time depends on that only. If you go for another thread count like 600 TC bed linen, then you will have to especially get weaved that fabric. So lead time will increase.
Right. Sorry, Rajat, can I request you not to speak in the background because it's distracting. We can hear you very loudly. Sorry about that. Okay. Also, can you give us like a rough indication of the cost of, let's say, a queen size sheet set of, you said that the most common thread count is like 300, 400 from India. So
Right.
Yes.
let's say, 400 thread count bed sheet, queen size.
Like
What's the approximate cost? Of course, it
it's
depends on the
around
MOQ as well.
$35. Like we are doing currently at a $35 for a quantity of 300 pieces. So that's a
300 pieces.
yeah. For a duvet set, yeah.
So this is a set.
Yes, it's a duvet set we are doing with two pillow shams and one duvet with all
Now
packaging.
factory will tell you about the product and regarding how the pricing goes.
Yeah, and some people are asking, do you have images or examples? It looks like you're in the
Yeah.
showroom. So if you want to show us the product,
Yeah.
go ahead and do that as well.
I think they're dying to show us, Megla.
Yeah.
The girls are dying to show us.
We can give you a brief about
Yeah.
our showroom, so you can see a lot of different products here.
So apart
Yeah.
from the bedding that Rajaji just told you about, like the 300 counts, 400 TC counts. So no, it's fine. So we're also doing fashion bedding, which we do a lot. So in fashion bedding, we're also doing GSM, which is of 80, which is voile, 100% cotton, and we're doing 120 GSM as well. So it's not for fashion bedding, it's not necessary that we need 200 TC or 400 TC. So I can just show you what fashion bedding we are doing, and so I can just show you the close-up also of the fabric that I'm saying that we're using 80 GSM and 120 GSM. So let's go there and see the product first. Okay?
Yeah, let's do that. I think one person can hold
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Is it fine now?
No, it's make it
Is it
vertical.
fine?
Yeah, horizontal is better.
So ये वाला कौन सा क्या है फैब्रिक कौन सा था so if you can just see this bedding एक मैं देख रही हूँ
Yeah, it's good. We can see it.
this one. So if I show you the close-up, this one is 30 sheeting, which is 120 GSM. And over top of that, we have done some embroidery, which is called tufting, and it is.
Can you show us a close-up of the?
Yeah, sure.
Can you go closer? Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Oops, it's going up.
Is it fine?
Just hold 1 second.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just move it down a bit.
Down a little bit.
Is it fine? Like, just allow me. Yeah.
Yeah, just move the camera down a bit, then it's fine.
So this is one of the bedding, and you can see the close-up. This one is print, which is a table print. So there are two types of print.
What do you mean table print?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a screen print, which means there are two types of printing. One is digital printing. No, not digital printing. One is rotary printing. So rotary printing is being used for the overall design and the running design, where there is no repeat. But for such designs, we can use rotary design. So if you can see, so this is something which is running. So this will be done in rotary. For rotary, there is a minimum MOQ, like I would say 1,000 pieces per SQ per size. So this is one of the bedding, and this is embroidered one. ये इसका क्या है GSM flex का? This one is it's a blend basically. It's a cotton flex. The fabric name is cotton flex, and it is 120 GSM. The thread count, the GSM is 120, and if you can see, this is embroidered. So it's been done by hand-guided embroidery. So the speciality of our company is that we do a lot of hand products, and we love to do hand and promoting Indian culture and Indian tradition. So this is something that we have shipped to one of the Amazon through some buyer. We don't do Amazon directly, but this is one of the best seller that we have. It's an embroidered bed. If you can just see, Can you see the close-up? Is it okay?
Yeah, if you can go a bit closer, that'd be great. We can see the detail on the cushion cover.
Yes.
Like we can't see the embroidery.
Can you see
Yeah,
the
now we
embroidery
can.
now?
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Isn't
It's
it gorgeous?
completely, and this one is pillow, and this is sham.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're lovely.
This factory has the capability of to convert a lot of designs. They have a lot of designers with them. I'll just give you.
And apart from embroidery, we do a lot of texturing, which is it's a very good sale in texture in US. So this is something which is void. It is 80 GSM of fabric.
Can you
and
go
this
closer?
is texture. Yeah. See.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Oh my gosh!
So it is gathered, and it is overall. I can just show you the complete bed.
Yeah.
It's actually very pretty.
Oh,
And it's all done by hand.
Gosh, I've never seen something like that.
The hand ruching.
That's
This
nice.
is the hand ruching.
So it's a hand ruching, the thing which has been done, and then it's like a comforter and it's quilted also. So it can be. So the back is with handwork.
You hold the bedding part.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
I'll give you a little showroom ka brief.
Okay, so these are the printed ones with handwork. This is quilt again. This is again in the Rotary itself.
What's
So
that?
this is again print. So this is again. This one is quilt. It's a voile, 80 GSM, and it's there's a handwork over here, and in the shams there is a add-on fringes which is acrylic yarn,
beautiful.
which is a polyester yarn.
So how heavy are the quilts? And like when you pack them, are they vacuum packed or how are they packed?
So it depends. You want to take vacuum or you want to take in vinyl bag. It depends upon buyer to buyer. So we generally do we sell via vinyl bag only. So
I think for Amazon customers will be great if they take vacuum pack, because this will help them to save on the courier cost.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Some great.
These are more options they are doing. They are doing a lot of cushions. You can see them.
So,
What do you think, girls? It's a very nice showroom and stuff.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I want to just go there. Whenever I
Yeah.
see such products, I want to touch
I know,
and feel them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
So
gorgeous.
this is something which we're doing for anthropology. We do a lot of things for anthropology. This is raffia, which is being made from a plant. There's a plant from which plant or tree.
Plant, yeah. It's a
There's a
natural grass.
it's a natural
Grass.
yeah, it's a natural grass. So it's a bit expensive, but it is something which we sell a lot. This especially there are bags which are being made out of this. There are placemats that we make, and so it cannot be used in bedding for sure, because this has some rough texture and not for the bedding. So
Can you go closer
there's
to
one
that
al-
cushion, the raffia one? Can you go closer?
sure.
What does
Yes.
it look like?
It's the same raffia. The raffia is like like we do. We have seen the bags for like in raffia as well.
It's
a
sort of
coaster
like
sort of
a
bag.
grass or jute kind of product, is it?
Mm.
no, not jute, but
It's not jute.
it's being taken
Looks
from
like-
one of the plants actually. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
a
looks-
tree.
Looks like jute, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll
It's a natural product, so it must be in the same family, but it's not a jute.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has a similar texture, I think, to jute.
Yeah.
Wow, they have a really nice
Also-
showroom.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll just
So someone
I'll
has
just
asked, is
review.
it handmade? Yeah, the cushion cover is handmade, right?
Yeah, everything is handmade. We generally do handmade. This is the overall view of the showroom.
Wow.
Raja, you're going to
amazing.
take us to have a look here when we come to
Yeah.
India.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Ooh,
this one
Mark,
is
did you see those
embroidered.
colorful cushions?
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
look at that.
Look at this.
There are a lot of bedding options here.
So this is
Wow.
something which is embroidered. Just if you just, I would like to show you the close up. This one is crewel embroidery.
What is
It's
krill
all by
embroidery?
hand. Yeah. This we call locally RE embroidery in India.
Yeah.
And
then
is
there's
it done by machine or hand, or how is it done?
Yeah, it is done by
It's
treadle
done
machine.
by
Yeah.
hand guided machine.
Yeah.
So there's a guy who does who makes this like manually,
Yeah.
and not in punch, like not like computer embroidery. So it's like hand guided embroidery. And there's a Eurosham embroidered again, and then shams with embroidery. And then we are like 11 decks in one bed. So this is one of them. This one is viscose velvet. We do a lot of velvets as well. So velvet, and then this is trim, cotton twill trim, which is being used, and then the French knots. So
Beautiful. Looks almost Kashmiri. I love the pillows with words that was on the shelf.
Yeah.
They can do words.
They are like
Yeah.
they have a they do a lot of cushions and pillows, so you can see a lot of different designs they have done.
okay. So in this one, this is something which is applique. We have used 2-3 fabrics like felt, sheeting, and slub.
Can you bring
so
it
it is
closer?
like yes.
Yeah,
Can
sure.
you bring it closer? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see now. That's different, isn't it?
That's different. Oh.
You define, yeah.
And so this one is jute. This is jute. The one that is being used, the red color, this one is jute.
Hmm.
This one. And
What is the style? Shay, are you asking about the embroidery style? Yeah. Okay.
no, so this one is again tufting, towel stitch.
Okay. Okay. So Lois is asking, are your cotton quilts padded with cotton or polyester? What is the filling
we
that
do
you're
both.
using?
So we do cotton filling as well, and then we do polyfill. So with cotton, we are taking 1800 gram. With and a polyfill, we are using 180 GSM, 200. So that is how.
Like
So we
depends
do
on the
depends on buyer to buyer. So we do
What's the
cotton filling
pricing?
as well.
Pricing
So
difference?
the price difference both between 3 se 4. So like $2.5 to $3 difference is there between cotton filling and polyester filling.
Okay.
So this one is so this one is knitted fabric with the handwork. So it's a melange fabric. If you can just see, it's being
It's a it's a knitted cushion basically.
and then this is completely handwork being done by hand, not even the machine. It's a complete hand knitted product.
That's so beautiful.
So
We've got a question here.
we are
Can
trying-
can you make blankets with like the Anoki blankets, like thick stuffed quilted blankets?
Yes.
Do you know what
yes,
are
we
Anoki?
can do. Yeah. It's Anoki is one of the Indian retailer brand. So yeah, Anoki generally does printed. So yeah, we can do printed as well.
Okay.
Thank you. So this is a cushion which is stone wash, like it's completely tufting. This one is tufting, and this is, like I said, the one I showed, crewel embroidery, and then it's a stone wash product.
So how does stone wash work? Can you explain to people?
So
What's-
what is stone wash is generally a dye which is being used to cut down the color to give that rough look. So it's like it's a one of the process of dyeing, which is there are balls and everything which is being used to cut down the. I'll just show you the a proper stone wash cushion. Neetu,
Hmm.
1 second. I'll just show you stone wash. Okay, so stone ke saath wo hota hai. Okay, so to niche karna please. So okay, so this is a solid dyed, correct? This one is solid dyed, and this one is with stone wash. So if you can see, there's a rough look, and there's no rhythm in the color. It's because of the stone wash. Stone wash is being done in dyeing process where you use a lot of balls in the machine itself. So it just cut the colors.
It's give you high and low effect,
Yeah,
Somewhere you
to
get
get that,
low color, sometimes you high density color.
Yeah.
Like the way we do in our denims,
Yeah.
So,
like
It makes it look slightly used, as type of thing,
Yeah.
with jeans or denims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stone wash. Yeah, stonewash also there's one point that stonewash will vary from one piece to another because this is being done in machine. There can be a consistency in color, but not like they can be like more of a darker tone here or a lighter tone here. So stonewash really varies from one piece to another piece. The color consistency can be there, but the piece can vary from one piece to another.
It's usually more of casual look basically. Like
Yeah, it's like
we wear the denim, it's more of a casual effect it has. Okay, I'll just give you like some more options that we do, like more of a.
So this is a new spring 2021 collection. This is a complete collection for spring 2021. If I just show you, this is completely.
Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful.
Completely embroidered cushion.
That is so refreshing and welcoming.
And this one is also embroidery at the back itself.
See, here they have put first they have put embroidery on a patch. Then they put a patch on the.
Megla, can you ask the people who are watching, have they ever seen stuff like this before? You know, like I know pillowcases, but. And
at back of this, we have used velvet to give that rich look.
Yeah. So guys watching, I think, if you like these products, if you've seen products if you haven't seen products like this, give us a wow. Type in wow in the comments.
Yeah.
Type wow. If you like these products, type in wow.
Yeah. Thanks, Megla.
Like this will help you to give the viewers like what kind of embroideries and techniques are possible in India, and like if they are looking for certain designs.
Yeah, we're getting lots of wows. Look at that.
Excellent.
Look at the wows.
Excellent.
Yeah, really beautiful. My gosh, the colored ones what happened? They're frozen.
They got too many wows.
They got too many wows. Wow, we got wow. Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah, they're really beautiful. I haven't see, that's the thing, all of these suppliers, they generally don't show these products on their websites. So because they develop new lines every year or every season, and they typically send these designs to their own buyers, or they show them, they have them displayed on their showrooms. So that's something to consider. And that's one advantage of Virtual India Sourcing Show, because we're talking directly to these suppliers, and they're showing us their exclusive products, which you will not find on their website.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they don't want to.
That was my point.
They don't want to display them. Yeah, exactly.
That was my point.
Awesome. Yeah, and they don't have all of these products on their website because they don't want other suppliers, copying the designs. They spend a lot of time and effort designing these products. I mean, if you look at those kinds of, the embroidery and all that they're doing over there on those products, a lot of effort has gone into designing those products. So.
Hi, I'm sorry. We lost connection. So,
could you just turn it to horizontal? It's vertical currently, so we're not able to see the full question.
Is it fine?
Not yet. Now your turn.
We have changed the connection to a phone, so it will be easy for us.
This one is okay,
but it's still sideways. Okay, let's just do vertical. Never mind. Yeah,
that's okay. Let's go.
Yeah, so one second. Some people are asking how to contact you. So guys, you can see the email address at the bottom of your screen. It's scrolling there. So it's marketing@panoramicsourcing.com. So reach out to Rajat directly, and he will be able to help you source any of these products. So you see the email address there, marketing@panoramicsourcing.com. That's the email address that you have to reach out to them at. And some people are asking if you have a catalog. So Rajat, can you provide a catalog to us later?
Share the catalog. They can share an email with us. We'll share them the catalog with our latest collection, which
Excellent.
are not. So we can share the lot of designs we have, the latest things we have developed. We can share with them.
Okay, definitely. So guys, email Rajat if you do want to get their catalog. Email Rajat at this email address, and send the catalog to you. Okay, here's a question from Vandana. Can you do tie and dye or block printing?
Yeah, of course. We can do tie and dye. We can do tie and dye. Of course, we have some products here as well. We'll show you the tie and dye. They can do tire dye. We can do block printing as well. All the different printing techniques can be done.
Okay.
Roger, do
Can
they
you
also do children's
go ahead, Mark?
sets? Do you do children's shapes, sets and things?
So this is a tie and dye technique. It's like a Euro sham. This one is a tie dye technique. If you can just see. So there can be a lot of designs in tie and dye.
Go back. We'll show you them. We can share the PPT later.
Yeah, we can share you the PPT, but this is also one of the tie and dye which is being used in table. So it's a table runner.
Can you move it in front? Yeah. Wow.
Some more are here.
Can you go back to showing the products that you were showing before you got disconnected?
Yeah.
You know, those colorful ones, the spring collection. That was just so beautiful. Yeah.
So this is again on a lace sort of fabric, which is on lace we have done 3D. So if you can just see, there's a applique and then embroidery.
Yeah. What do you think of that, Mark?
Yeah, no, they're just beautiful. You just don't see those. I don't.
Yeah.
In any of the bedding shops here, I don't think I've seen anything this nice.
But these
This
are
is
going
a
to be
lace fabric.
expensive.
Then they have to applique on that.
But these should be expensive, right? What's the approximate price range?
So it will be around this. So it starts from $10 because it's a lot of embroidery involved, but it depends on what size you're taking. So it can be $10, $12.
Okay. Yeah.
If you go up
that's pretty good for the amount of work that would go into them, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, they're amazing.
Daisy, his name is Rajat. Rajat.
Yeah.
Rajat.
Yeah, Rajat. Yeah. We'll show you some more products this factory do.
Yeah, definitely. Go for it. We're having fun.
You asked for the Anoki as well. So they do Anoki.
Yeah. There you go.
Sort of
print, yeah.
There you go, Vandana.
So there is. So it's a reversible sort of printing, which can be used. So this one is one color or two color, and then there's this
Paisley print.
So it's called a paisley pattern. If I just show you the close up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So Gayatri is asking, as they are handmade embroidery stuff, the MOQ might be low. So, like, do you have, a typical MOQ for these kinds of products, or MOV? How do you work?
See, if we are meeting the fabric minimums, like sometimes we have available fabric. If it's like then we can do small quantities as well. That's not an issue. We understand the customer's requirement for Amazon sellers. So this factory is aware, and they can do a small quantities as well. That's not an issue at all.
But what if someone wants it, sort of 500, 1,000?
Yeah, we can start from 300 pieces as well, cushions.
Okay.
Like that's yeah.
Okay. We've got another question from Mohan Baro. If they are all handmade, how do you guarantee quality and quantity requirements for Amazon and other marketplaces? How do you scale up?
Like we are in this trade from last 20 years, and the factory is even more than that. So for every single process, there is a stringent quality check where we check for embroidery, the workmanship. So after approval, only the products goes to a next level. So this is how we control our quality.
So there's some standard testing parameters that we follow for the exports, and there's a testing reports that we share with the buyer. And every there's a color fastener, so there's no problem in terms of the color will bleed or something like that. And in terms of beadwork that we do, it is all lead free, and there's no chance that there will be a bleed in the colors. So does it answer your question?
Yeah, I think it does. And can you also tell us about the other buyers that you are supplying to? So you said that you are,
Okay.
What happened?
So we just lost the connection. Sure with the line. Okay, so we're working with we have 2-3 retailers that we're working. We work with Anthropology, that's a design-based retailer. We work with TJ Maxx. We work with Big Lots. And we work with few retailers. We work with Dillard's. We work with Neiman Marcus.
Right.
So we
Did the
work-
power go out?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Power
it's a change of power there.
Megla,
So
ask her about branding and private label.
You ask her.
Okay, but the lights gone out. So I thought she couldn't hear me.
So sorry.
No worries.
She
Like, it
understands
will
your
take us
accent.
few seconds. It will back to you.
She understands your accent, Kevin. Go for it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So what about a lot of people that are watching today would want a private label for their own brand? Is that okay? Can you hear me?
We have no issue.
Yeah.
Yes, we can do. Like we do a lot of So we do. I mean, in our products, there are a lot of labels that is being put in their own in their retail brand. So which it is fine with us. I mean, we don't have problem with that.
You can work with people to work out the branding and private label. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Even we can design a product as per the inspection shared by the customer.
Yeah.
So like
It can be customized as well.
Yeah.
So do you do children's sets like children print type sheets and duvet covers and things, and baby sets or not?
I didn't get your question. Can you just repeat once again, please?
Oh, do you do children's sets like children's sheet sets and duvet covers
Yeah,
and baby?
we do. Yeah. I'll take you that section as well.
Section.
We do a
Okay,
kid section as well.
Oh, we're going for another walk. Okay.
Yeah.
We just try to cover it up, the kind of different embroideries, so the viewers can have a look what all we can do here.
Oh gosh, that is beautiful.
Wow.
Oh, don't take us to this factory, Megla.
I know. Don't take us to that factory.
Wow.
We'll be buying samples off the shelves, right, Mark?
All of
Hey
you can
guys,
place
if if anyone wants to find out the prices in any particular design, I'm sure Rajat would be more than happy to answer if you shoot him an email.
Sure.
Yes.
Because there's just so many. There's just so many. I think the guys are trying to show us. I mean, there's some gorgeous designs, but the guys are trying to show us. I mean, look at that.
Look at the textures and the finishes.
It is the most time-consuming cushion here. The embroidery is a very tedious. It takes more than
6 hours.
6 hours to make one cushion.
So it's a shipped article to Anthropology again. So it's completely hand-guided embroidery. It's completely handwork. So you can see there are so there are matte beads that are being used. So you can just see.
Wow.
Tassels. And this is again one of the shipped article that we have shipped to Anthropology. So this is also one of our best sellers. You can see in Anthropology website as well. Again with bead tassels.
Oh, those are beads. The tassels are made from beads, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
These are
beads.
beads, basically. Glass beads.
Wow. That is very high end.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Classy.
We do chair pads as well.
These are under the home furnishing. They do some chair pads.
So this is something that we're doing for El Corte and for Lara Dut and AMPM. So it's like really hot selling product of ours, and there are we have shipped almost 10 to 12 containers of this one. So there are different designs. There are solids. There are heavy stripe frames. Like you can see.
So is this like a floor mattress or what is that?
Yeah.
Yoga mat?
Yeah, it's a floor mattress. So this one is a stripe one.
It can be used as a yoga mat.
Yeah, it's something like yeah. Some people ask for a pet mattress as well. So
But that is like a mattress, Rajat.
Yeah,
not a yoga. A yoga mat is a flat mat, isn't it? That's like a mattress.
Mattress. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but this can be converted into a dog bed, right, or a pet bed. You can
Some people ask for pet bed, so we did some shipment for the pet bags.
Oh my God.
We'll take you to a kids section where you can see the bedsheet, the cushions, everything as per the kids thing.
Rajat, how big is that showroom? How big is?
Kevin, we got a comment for you.
Next time,
She's
next
calling
time,
me a clown.
yeah, I'll take you here. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're the VISS jester.
I hope you mean that in a nice way.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at the little
Ah,
chain
look.
pillow.
Oh, wow.
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 Boys bedding. The theme is City Life.
The
So the
baseball.
theme is City Life. So there are soft toys that we make.
Oh, unreal.
Wow, look at that.
So are these cushions or soft toys?
These are cushions as well. Like this is a part of a bedding where they have the quilted with our cars and everything printed on it. Just look like a street city light. This is a bus for the kids,
Oh, wow.
and this is for the girls. The mermaid look. The cushion.
Oh, how cute.
Oh, isn't that cute?
I think I would need a space one for my son. That's what he likes.
Megla, I'm sure they've got one there somewhere.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of themes here,
Yeah.
Good.
and we can even develop a theme as per the customer requirement. Like if there's certain thing in mind, so this factory has the capability to make some designs.
Gayatri is asking, will there be any copyright issues with those big brands? So definitely, Gayatri, you don't want to use the designs of the big brands. I think they're just showing you what they can, what their capability is. Yeah, what they can do. So you'd need to come up with your own designs and, do something different. Of course, if it's another buyer's design, you will not be able to use that. You'll get into big trouble if you do. So yeah. Is this standard size? So Vinita, are you asking about the quilt or the cushion?
She's asking us.
She hasn't answered. Okay, so there's one question from Mindy. How are these items cleaned? Are they dry clean only?
So it depends on the fabric, spot clean, or if there's a lot of applique, it has to be dry clean. So depending on the product to product, what we are basically buying.
This one is machine washable.
But this is machine washable.
The quilt part, and this one is dry clean, spot clean only. The stuff product.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gayatri, it depends on the products, I guess, right? Some are machine washable, some are spot clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some are just dry clean.
Yeah.
And so you need
all the directions, Megla, any of these manufacturers that you're dealing with, the instructions to clean or whatever, they will be put on the actual thing before they get shipped out.
Yeah. Yeah, Lois,
machine wash the children bedding. It don't be white.
Yeah.
Okay. So the size, what's the standard size? Is it twin size or queen size for the bedding? I guess you could do both, right? Whatever they need.
Yeah, it's like sizing we can do as per the customer that give to us. So sizing can be done.
Yeah. Mohan, you're asking about shipping logistics. So what we would suggest is to work with a freight forwarder, like a separate freight forwarder. We had Sameeksha on the call earlier today. So if you want to reach out to Sameeksha from Seair, just watch the replay from the beginning, and her email address is there. So reach out to Sameeksha for freight. Okay, what else do you have to show us? Anything else?
We have wall hanging we still have some kids product that we haven't showed. So these are the soft toys that we're doing. You can just see.
Oh, look at these. Cute.
Cute. So these are made from what? It's just like cotton, and what types of fabrics have you used there?
So there's a lot of mixture, which is mixed quality that is being used. If just to describe this one is cotton. This is again cotton, and this one is polyester. So it's like a PU leather, artificial leather.
Okay. What's the approximate cost of the child bed set? Like just the approximate. So it comes with is it with a quilt and bed sheet and cushions?
So it will be So just to tell about the entire set, it will be like $12 to $15.
Okay, and that includes what all?
So it includes quilt, one bed sheet, and then one pillow.
Is it a stuffed pillow or is it just the cover?
It's a stuffed pillow.
Okay.
And is there any different certifications required for cotton products for the kids or baby products?
Yeah.
Especially for exporting to the US.
Yeah, there are differences in prices depending upon the designing and techniques.
Okay.
Are there certifications required?
Certifications.
Kids products.
No, not really. There are testing parameters for kids that we have to follow. Otherwise, there's no testing in kids. No certificates in kids required.
Okay, for the US, right? Okay, so any other products that you'd like to show us? And guys,
yeah. So Megla, who's the guy that does the third party inspections for us?
RSJ.
RSJ. So RSJ could.
Yeah, I just muted them because I think they've turned on the live stream on another device.
Okay.
I can hear them. So Rajat, I've muted you. Just make sure that you're not playing the live on another device because we can hear ourselves. So pillows need testing for
the kids.
For kids. There are certain parameters, but they don't require any certifications because there's a difference. I mean, for some products, you require an actual certification. And that's a legal requirement. So you need to produce the actual document, like if it's a toy or other kinds of products. But for certain products like bed sheets, bed linen, you don't need to give a certification as such, but there are some parameters that you need to
check with Amazon. Some things are gated for babies. So I would imagine that baby pillows, baby sheets still probably are gated, even though they're not a safety hazard, but I would be running a check on Amazon with my product before I ordered, just with anything that's baby or children.
Yeah. The other thing, RSJ, wouldn't, like for any of the certifications that are actually, they would actually, could audit that for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you do have any questions about certifications, you can always reach out to RSJ. And they'd be able to give you suggestions or guidelines. Well, the pillows come already stuffed. So yes, she said that the toy or the kids' pillows are stuffed, but I guess the other pillows, in standard sizes, you can just ship the pillow covers, cushion covers. Right. Okay, so.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
That was great.
That was fantastic. Yeah.
Sorry about the connection. Like today, the connection was not good, so we arranged something here. So sorry for that.
No problem.
Okay. No, thanks, Rajat. That was and Ajit and the ladies there. That was fantastic. And I'm sure when you went away, we asked the people about the products to give us a wow, what they thought of the products, and we had how many wows did we have?
Tons of wows.
Yeah, everybody was amazed at the products you've been showing us. So no, well done, fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. So anyone interested in these products, definitely get in touch with Rajat. You can see the email address over here, marketing@panoramicsourcing.com. And he's a pleasure to work with. We worked with him before, and a lot of people in our group have also worked with him. So very accommodating and very helpful. So definitely reach out to Rajat. He's also in our Facebook group in case you have any questions, about not only about bedding but about other products as well. So Rajat, what other products can you help source for people?
We do a lot of leather, textiles. We do metal, wood. So we got a lot of different categories. We do urns as well nowadays. A lot of people are asking for the urns. So we are working for 3 clients right now for the urns right now.
Okay, awesome. Someone's joining us from Kashmir. Good morning. Sorry, Ajit, what was that?
We are saying that we are doing a lot of bathroom products like dispenser and soap, this and other things, and garden products like sprayer and
Spray,
other
watering
things,
can,
watering can,
like
and
planters.
these are hot sellers nowadays on Amazon. So we are doing a
Somebody
lot of
asked
that.
about that. Who asked
Mm.
about that yesterday or the day before? There was a question about gardening products. Was that
Stainless
yesterday?
steel.
That was on
gardening
yesterday's show. Somebody
Yeah.
asked that question.
Mm.
Do you do stainless steel
And
gardening products?
Yeah. We can do stainless steel. We can even
we are
do.
doing
Yeah.
we are doing
We are
stainless
doing.
steel gardening product as well as in metal. We are doing brass. We are doing copper. Lot of copper bottles also with lot of designs. We are doing all those things.
Okay.
Awesome. So I guess Rajat, your team has been growing, right? You have
Yeah.
like
It was
I think
I
Michelle
feel
Smith.
like things are going good here.
It was Michelle Smith asked yesterday. There you go.
oh
Me.
yes, Michelle Smith. There you go.
Okay.
So Michelle, get in touch with Rajat. He'll be able to help you
Yeah,
source your
And
stainless
Sure.
steel.
yeah. But
sorry,
thank you very
Megha,
much for
I
showing us around that factory. That was that showroom was fantastic, and I'm sure everybody
Yeah,
enjoyed
we
that.
can. Like Jensen had just asked, can they provide CPC and safety testing documents? Of course.
yeah.
Like we can get it tested from the lab, and we can provide you all the reports. Like whatever the requirements are there can be met. It's not a
Uh,
very.
like Jenny's to ask, I will tell you that I have worked in started my career in software industry, so I know very well regarding the safety testing standard and everything. That is Hanung Toys and Textile was my first company, so I am well versed with all the safety requirements of stuffed toys. So you need not worry, we will provide you all of that.
That's awesome. And
Awesome,
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, Janice, you need to send one of the toys to a lab in India and get it tested. So that's not a problem at all. It can be
Yeah.
done. Um,
Well,
awesome. Well, yeah, go ahead, Mark.
look, I just think it goes to show people that no matter what you want, I mean, I'm sure if you have got any ideas with textiles, cotton, sheeting, if you contact Rajat, they're going to be able to do it somehow or whatever you want to do. We've only seen a snippet and we've seen the cream of la cream, I think, today. I mean, it was just amazing to think that India makes all that. Like, people just think, I think India makes Indian grassy looking things, but I mean, it's not. It's amazing what comes out of over there. You've got to get over there and see it to believe it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, one thing I will let you know that recently one of our partner factories has developed a fabric from bamboo charcoal. It's a very natural fiber, bamboo charcoal. They have developed, and now this is in making of bed linens and other things. That fabric is also used, bamboo charcoal fabric.
Right.
Bamboo charcoal. No,
Bamboo charcoal.
well,
That's interesting. Is that supposed to be
Yeah,
very
bamboo
eco-friendly?
charcoal.
Or
And
like, what's the benefit of bamboo charcoal fabric?
yeah, very eco-friendly. See,
Okay.
it's
It's more sustainable. Sort of
more
thing.
sustainable kind of thing, and bamboo is used. It's not a complete plant product, so while making a fiber from bamboo, it's very water conserving fiber. But when you use bamboo charcoal, the water consumption is lesser and very eco-friendly. That's why the carbon immersion and everything, that's a very technical fabric, and can be used as a long-term sustainable fabric also.
Right. Gayatri is asking what is the name of this showroom. So Gayatri, you need to reach out to Rajat. Email Rajat directly, and he will be able to help source the product for you. Rajat, as I mentioned previously, runs a sourcing agency, and this is one of his partner factories. So if you reach out to Rajat, he'll be able to source the product for you and do the quality control and everything for you as well. Negotiate with the factory so they can provide you a sourcing service. Of course, they will charge a fee for the service, but then it's more convenient for you because it's saving you a lot of time and effort. You don't have to work directly with the factory, and you just need to tell Rajat that, hey, this is what I have in mind. Give him your inspiration, as Rajat said previously, and then he will work with the factory to convert that inspiration into a real product.
Yeah.
So definitely reach out to Rajat directly. Contact number of Mr. Rajat. So yeah, Shabir, I just displayed the email address on the screen. just invited my friend into the group. She will love panoramic sourcing.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Rajat, thank you so much. Ajit, thank you so much for your time today. It was really lovely catching up with you. And yeah, we really appreciate you showing us all of these beautiful products.
Yeah, thanks for your time, guys. It was good to see you.
It's our pleasure joining you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
bye.
And thank the ladies for showing us around.
Yeah, thanks
Thank you.
thank the ladies too.
That was
Wow.
amazing.
That was.
Did you think we were going to see all those beautiful things? I didn't.
No, I didn't know that. I mean, he just told me like 10 minutes before he was going to go live that, oh, I've got, a factory coming in. It's like, okay.
Wow. That was definitely live, wasn't it?
That was great.
It sure was, yeah. Those products are really beautiful. I mean, especially the ones that they were showing on the spring themed ones.
Yeah.
Those cushions were very beautiful.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think about selling those on Amazon? Because we always talk about high quality premium products, but we have to think about the fact that we are selling them on Amazon, and Amazon.
Yeah, some of it I'd be a bit worried, because I think, like, to have to order 500 of a particular, like 2 birds or something, is it everyone's taste? I mean, I think you've still got to be a little bit more general when you're selling. If you go specific to a particular, 2 birds sitting on a perch or something, does everyone want 2 birds sitting on a perch? So I think I'd be a little bit worried about ordering too much of one design, because it might be a little bit hard to sell. But I think the point of all this is that there is some fantastic bedding over there, even if you want just more normal printed, doona covers or duvet covers, because it depends where you are.
But Mark, wouldn't that sort of stuff fly off the shelves if you had the right photography with that stuff?
But I don't know. It's just it's an unknown thing. You'd have to really look and see what's available. Maybe even more in the handmade section, because that's more almost to the handmade, because they're just so intricate. But I just. I don't know. I'd hate to say to someone, you're going to sell, 100 of those a month, because you don't know on the demand of the particular things. I think I'd be tending to start off in some more just the bed linen type, a nice set of sheets and duvet cover and matching pillows in some of their nice printed designs, and see, because that seems to be one of Amazon's big sellers is bedding. I mean, bedding is very, very, very big seller, but you've got to be careful that a lot of the big sellers sell, when you look it up, you've got to be careful that you'll come up with someone who's selling 10,000 a month, but they might have 30 different colours in 4 different sizes. So it's not out of anyone's budget to do that. You've got to be a big seller, so you can't compete with those people. So you need to have something that's a little bit different. So you need to get into maybe some, printed or something that's not the run-of-the-mill, just plain sheets, because I think you'd struggle because of the big-time buyers that have got such an array of colours. And I think that's, you've got to find your mark and find something that's a little bit unique, maybe, a beautiful cream duvet cover that's got all the tufting on it, something that's different, that you can compete with other people at that level, not just sort of a basic people that have got, every size and every colour, because you're going to get killed. You haven't got the budget to play with those people in that sort of area.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to look at all of the catalogs of the suppliers that we featured on this month's episode, as well as previous month's episodes, go to this URL, bit.ly/VISS-all. And this is case sensitive, so make sure you type it in all uppercase. And you'll find all of the catalogs are arranged by month. So you can access all of the catalogs and reach out to the suppliers directly. Let them know that you saw them on VISS. They're more likely to give you a faster response if they know that you're coming from the Facebook group, because they know that if they don't respond to you, then someone might post in the group that, hey, I reached the supplier and they haven't responded to me. So they don't want any negative publicity. So if you mention you're from VISS, they will, hopefully respond to you faster. But in case any of the suppliers that you reach out to doesn't reply, then, DM me or Margaret or Kevin, let us know, and we will help follow up with you. Because sometimes your emails go into their spam folders, or sometimes they're just too busy to, respond to your emails. So, yeah.
I think that's the show. Rachel will be very busy.
If anybody in the group, if anybody's in the group and they're particularly looking for anything in particular, reach out to Megla or Marg, and we can give that to one of the suppliers we know, and they might be able to help you. It might save you a lot of time in trying to find a factory that can produce or sample, or because we do tend to see a lot of people lose a lot of time in sort of contacting a factory, or trying to find a factory sometimes for a particular product that they might sort of want, or a particular design. And because we know so many factories now, and we've interviewed how many, Marg?
Yeah, and I think too, if you're just at the moment, with China being shut, I think everyone's moving from China going, oh, we'll talk to India. So I'd imagine all the factories are just getting bombarded with email after email. So if you're just sending out a string of emails going, I want to know about this, you're going to be struggling to get a reply at the moment, because there's so many people doing that. I think you need to know a supplier you want to contact and actually message them and say, can I jump on a call with you? I'm a serious buyer. I want to buy. If you just start sending out 100 emails around to every supplier you can find who makes sheets or metal or wood or something, you're just wasting your time, because 90% of them are not going to reply, because there's so much time wasted just with people just sending out a general email. You need to portray, I am serious, I'm part of this group, I really want a source, I'm a serious person here. I'm not just somebody who's flitting around the world, because I know with China, I mean, you get onto Alibaba and I mean, how many inquiries they get in a day from about, a garlic press or whatever it might be. I mean, you just never ever get, an answer back.
Good night, Sunita.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Anita. Thanks for staying up so late.
Thanks for staying with us.
Yeah, so I think bear in mind when you're dealing with them, it's, if you tend to try and contact them and ask them for, I want to speak to you, I want to set up a call to discuss my needs, they know then you're a bit more interested than just not a random emailer.
Yeah, and you need to know what you're looking for. I see a lot of sellers just going to suppliers and saying, hey, do you have any new products? It's not their responsibility to look for a new product for you. You need to do your research on Amazon or wherever and know what exactly is it that you want to source. And then you go to a supplier and say that these are my specifications. This is what I'm looking for. These are the quantities. And, how can we get started? So when you do that, then they know that you are a serious buyer and you know exactly what you're looking for. You're not a time waster, because as a supplier, they're also looking for people who are going to instantly place orders, right? They don't want people who are going to be like dilly-dallying for days and going back and forth on sampling and not place orders. So if they know that you are very clear about your specifications, about your product requirements, things are going to move fast, then they'll be more likely to respond to you. The other thing that I just wanted to point out is some people have been talking about an NNN agreement in the group. And we're also hearing from suppliers that a lot of sellers are going to them and asking them to sign NNNs. So I just want to clarify a little bit over here. Why or when do you need to sign an NNN? So an NNN is basically a non-disclosure, non-compete, and non-something else.
Disclosure.
Disclosure. I said disclosure. Yeah, there's something else. The third one I can't.
Yeah, I can never remember the third one.
But it basically means that you're telling your supplier that, hey, you cannot compete with me on this product. You cannot disclose my product idea to somebody else. And the third one is something else. But the thing is that you can't copy a design from another website, send it to the supplier, and say, hey, don't disclose this product to any other buyer, because it's not your unique design. It's not something that you yourself have designed. You're taking it off of Amazon or elsewhere. So in that case, you cannot get an NNN signed by the supplier because it's a publicly available design. So only when you have a design that's exclusive to you, that you don't want the supplier to show anyone else, that's the time when you need to get an NNN signed by the supplier. Don't take NNNs lightly. It's not like, every supplier you contact, you just throw an NNN out to them. It's a legal contract. It's legally binding. Don't take it lightly, right? So make sure that you only get it signed when you have a very exclusive design, something that you've developed yourself, or if you've made significant changes to a product that is available on Amazon.
Sorry, I was going to just quickly say that, if people are thinking, what product can I do or whatever, think about something you enjoy doing, something you you know, if you enjoy your, you know, what's in your cupboards with your, you know, your sort of cutlery or whatever, and you have, you know about that sort of, you have favorite shapes, or how can I change that particular thing, or what can I do? Sometimes it can be a simple thing, but it's got to be something that you enjoy, you know, that you can sort of do some changes that can, you know, sort of help along the way.
Yeah, and to look, one thing I think, and a lot of people don't agree with me, but when you're going to a supplier, I think you should say to them, I only go ahead with this sample if it's going to be around $10 or something. If you've done your due diligence, which you should have done before you even contact a supplier, and know you're going to sell that for $40 or $50 as your market price on Amazon, so the maximum you can pay is $10, $12, $14, it's no point in going to supplier and mucking around with this beautiful design that some people come to me and say, oh, can you make this carve this and this make carve? And I say to them, it's so labor intense, you're not going to get that for $10 or $12, you know. So I think you need to say to the supplier, my budget on this is around $10, $12, $5, whatever you're working with, before you waste their time and you spend days and days going back and forth with drawings and getting a sample, and then he comes back and says, oh, that's $20 because there's so much labor in it. So think about what you're actually asking them to make. Is this thing, you know, because like if you decide to say do a bowl and you want 30 birds carved around it, well, you know, hello, how long is that going to take someone to do? So you've got to sort of think about what I'm asking. Can I get, is that, you know, $10? I know it's hard when you first start dealing with overseas and India to know your pricing, but you know, some of the things people come to, and I go, it's not even worth you asking, because he's not going to be able to do that for that sort of price, because it's just so much labor involved in it. So think about what you're asking, especially if you're designing it yourself and they've got to set up a whole process for you. So I think to save your time and everyone else's, give them a bit of a guide of how much you can afford to spend, because don't forget, they can go on Amazon, and most of them are pretty switched on. They know the going rates, they know what margins Amazon take. So I think, you know, it's better to be upfront. Our supplier, we discuss all that, he knows exactly, and I've just gone back to him and he's messaged me today while I'm talking to you about cartons. I want more products put in my cartons because it's costing me so much more for cartons. So if you talk to them and explain to them that's the problem, so now I've got him trying to save me some more money by changing my carton sizes and making them bigger. So you've got to communicate and work with your supplier. Don't try and get the cheapest price. I don't want him to know because I want to get it for $5, not $4. And so I think it's sort of silly. You're just doing yourself a disfavour. So you've got to work as a team and not try and just get the cheapest deal, because you're going to get the cheapest product and you're not going to have a good relationship. So I think that's what you've got to do. Just work with your supplier and be honest and upfront with them.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think some people are concerned about sharing their retail price with the supplier, but it's not a big deal. I mean, the suppliers know how much the product is selling for. I mean, they sell to other retailers, and you know, they can just go on Amazon and look for the price. So it's not a big deal sharing the price with them. But yeah, as Mark said, you know, if you actually give them a benchmark price, like, you know, you tell them that, hey, this is my target price, I cannot go over this, then that gives them an idea as well on you know, so what kind of product quality to give to you. So really good advice, Mark. I was told in another group from an American guy who grew up in Delhi and speaks the language not to give all your specific details. Just know what product you want, but don't give details. Is that a good recommendation? How do you expect them to make the product if you don't give them the details? Like, I want to make something, but I'm not going to tell you what. So I think, Shay, what he meant was don't give all of the details to every supplier you contact initially, right? Maybe initially when you're trying to find out if the supplier is right for you, if they have the capability of manufacturing the product that you're looking for, then maybe you don't need to go out and give, you know, your blueprints and your 3D rendering designs and everything to the suppliers. But once you know that the supplier has the capability to produce your product, and once you're sure that you want to, you know, start getting pricing from them, then you have to give them the details. It's not going to be possible for them to give you a good price if they don't have the details of your products. So yeah, that would be my advice for that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then once you get over that step, when you've given them all that information, then it's time to talk about your NNN or your NDA.
Exactly.
Because then you want to protect your information that you're supplying to that company. And
Exactly.
if they're a good company, they will respect that. They will even expect that you're going to come at that time to protect yourself.
And also getting 3, 4, 5 samples made, I think is just craziness. I mean, I think you're better off talking to someone, having a good feel with that particular person and getting a sample made. Most times, if you work with them, you'll get what you want. If you've done a bit of due diligence before you start doing the deal. I mean, to go and get 5 different samples, you're just going to end up with, you know, 5. You're going to be so confused. You're going to waste so much time waiting for them all and then trying to beat them down on a price. I mean, to me, you've just wasted 6 months of your life. And, you know, it's not, I don't think it's really doing anyone any favours. You're just wasting time. And, I mean, they will start charging because suppliers can't afford to just ship you, you know, every time you get a sample. So it's going to cost you, you know, $40, $50 every time you get that posted or whatever. So, you know, you're spending a lot of money. I think I'd just focus on one, get a sample. It should only take a couple of weeks and, you know, work with that supplier to improve it, unless it's absolutely cruddy and nothing like you want. But hopefully you've chosen well in the first place, and if you take some recommendations of the people we work with, you should get good suppliers anyway. So you know, I think, you know, you've just sort of got to step back a bit, and it's not trying to get as many quotes as I can and find the cheapest one and then get another 20 cents off.
Mark,
it doesn't work.
All of the new designs we've ever had, we don't get it right in the first sample.
No, you sort of
we go back.
and
Even packaging, we don't get it right in the first
Yeah.
way. You know, we
but
go
we
backwards
do it
and forwards.
online. We don't do it by post.
We have
do it
Zoom
online.
meetings. We you know, and then we go back and forth. It's not just an instant. Yeah, that's the, you know, and nothing happens in one go.
No, yeah,
you know, we go back and forth. It could be 3 months, 4 months when we start from a design until we've actually got the, you know, from the prototype and then till it's actually what we want and how it's packaged, before we sort of get the, you know, sometimes even the sample to us. And then even though we do get the sample, we then get the sample with the packaging to make sure that, hey, that's our sort of golden sample. That's the way the people are going to receive it when they buy it from online. So, you know, it's a long procedure, but you've got to do it that way to make sure. And, you know, we work with people who want to work with us. There's no, you know, and most of these people can do anything you want out of metal, wood, any sort of craft.
Obviously, today that factory could make anything. I'm sure you want changing, bedding, anything. I'm sure they can make it. If you said it, they can make it. So it's just like finding a factory like that and going, right. And then that's the other point. If you use one factory and you've got 4 or 5 different products as you grow, it's so much cheaper to ship one shipment with littler orders, because if you're doing 4 or 5 products, you might only need a couple of hundred of one because you just think you might run out at Christmas or something. It's much easier than having 5 separate factories from everywhere with a bit from here and a bit from there. It's going to kill you in shipping, or you're going to have to hold up your shipments to coordinate it. So just little tips that if you're going down the same rabbit hole with a few products, try and use the one manufacturer for it all. It's so much easier.
And if you're gonna scale up, well then, yeah, you might need another factory and you might need a third factory, but you've got to scale up.
You need a lot of money to scale up. You can't scale up unless you're going to put, you know, a big bank loan behind you. You know, you've got to scale up slowly. So, I mean, it's not something that's going to happen in the first 6 months.
I think your tip about sampling is really spot on. So a lot of people, they don't really work with the supplier online during the sampling process. The supplier just ships the first sample that they've done. And then when the sample comes to them, they're not happy. And then they go back to the supplier. Then the supplier has to ship another sample. But a lot of that, like the first 2 or 3 versions of the sample can just be done online. So ask the supplier to give you videos of the sample, or maybe get on a Zoom call with them. Sometimes Zoom calls, I find that the quality of the video is not very clear. So if they can shoot a video of the product, of the sample from all, you know, different angles, and also if they can hold a ruler against the product to show you the actual measurement, the thickness, the size, whatever is important to you. You know, that way you can give them feedback instantly and say that, hey, that's too thick, or that's too long, that's too short, make it a bit bigger, smaller, whatever you want. And then you can have a third version of the sample as well It's all done online, and then once you're sort of happy with the sample that they've done, then you ask them to ship in, and that could even be your golden sample if you've done everything really well online. That could save you a lot of time, and in fact, you're covering the courier costs, right? I mean, the sample is free.
Right.
You have to pay for the courier cost to get the sample,
which is quite expensive at the moment.
It
as
is
well.
quite expensive, yeah. So you can save all of that cost and time as well.
Hey guys, all the time you're doing this, you're building and cementing a relationship with your supplier all the time, because the more you speak with them, the more interaction, the more that you're having interaction into your product, and it's you're not just going to buy something off the shelf and then walk away. You're actually, I mean, I've heard Mark, like, whoa, I've designed that. That's my, and that. And I've gone, oh, well, I've had a little bit of input, So but it makes you feel, when you stand back and you see the finished product, because you've had so much input into it, whether it be the artwork, whether it be the design, whether it be anything to do with the product. At the end of the day, when the product is finally there and you see the beautiful photographs that people can make that, or a video of the, the product as a finished thing, and then wow, aren't we good?
Yeah, it is. It's a nice feeling when you're.
And then when people buy it, it's wow.
Yeah, somebody's actually buying it, and somebody actually likes it. It's in their home. It's really amazing. Thank you so much, Shay. Really appreciate your comment.
Thanks for coming from Hawaii today.
Yeah, wish we can go to Hawaii someday. Maybe we need a VISS retreat in Hawaii. Cool. So let's wrap it up over here. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking with us for almost 3 hours once again.
Well, Megla, we still live? I thought we finished.
So once again, if you have any product requirements, if you're looking for specific types of suppliers or products, reach out to us. Let us know in the group. We'll go out and find those suppliers, get them on VISS. And try to help you. And if you have any other product requirements, if we do have a supplier, you can always go to this URL and look at all of the catalogs, contact the suppliers directly, and just do your product development.
Yeah, and we'll try and bring it all to you.
Yeah. So that's it for us for this month. We will see you next month, end of March, the last Friday and Saturday of March, for another episode of VISS, and that will be our 11th episode.
11th.
Wow, 11th
one. Yeah. Wow. So we should do something special for the 12th one.
We should, shouldn't we? Well, how about we fly to Singapore, Megla?
That would be awesome. Oh my God, please do that.
We're going to fly in, Kev, because there's nothing flying to Singapore at the moment.
I know. Yeah.
You could swim over.
You can't even come to Geelong.
No.
Right.
Well, they said we're going to be able to fly from October if we've had our shots and everything, but we don't know where to yet. End of October. It's probably to Tasmania.
But somewhere is better than nowhere, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll go anywhere. Cool. Okay, thanks a lot, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you next month. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye.